Hello, everybody. It is 6:39. We are on a 9-minute late start to Monday Night Legacy here in Ballard, Washington. It's Mox Boarding House Ballard. I'm Jake McCune. This is Connor Fols.
What's up?
We've both been playing Legacy all week, and we're very excited to bring you some matches, including the one we have right now. Since the tournament has started already, we're going to take you down to the booth. We're taking you down to the match.
You can blame me for the tardiness.
Oh my God! What just happened to our camera? I don't know. Hold on one second. I didn't do anything here.
I don't know either.
I'm extremely confused.
This
This was literally not looking like this a second ago.
is a fact.
To the point that I'm a little confused about what happened with the camera. Sorry about that, folks. So if you're here, welcome.
Is it settings or actual camera? That's the question.
It's a great question.
What? Oh my God! What?
Indeed. We will get this figured out as per usual.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Will take a look.
Shrouded in darkness and frozen.
I think we're just gonna reset the. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna reset the webcam. Let's take it back to the booth for now. Hey everybody! So
Hello.
we should have players playing
Soon.
Yeah,
Momentarily.
we're getting started, but
Yeah.
rest assured we'll get you right into
Oh,
that
look,
action.
there we have.
Boom! There we
We have
go.
it. All right. Looks like we got Tom Lynch on Burn.
Yeah, we got
Mark?
different. We got to swap players.
Oh, excuse me, Daniel Prue on Burn. Daniel is playing his first ever Legacy match. Is that
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. We were told that right before we started.
Burn is usually an introductory Legacy deck, so that makes sense. I've still never been on camera, and
I find that surprising.
Daniel's first match ever is on camera.
So Tom is playing what he called a silly deck. Some new Modern Horizons enchantment with XX. I honestly don't know. He just asked to be put on camera round one.
But we see a candelabra and an island. So
yeah, I tend to oblige him in that regard. So
Yeah.
Tom Lynch is playing the turn one candelabra. And what do we have here?
I don't know what that is.
Oh wow, is that the fire archer guy, or is that?
I am unsure what that is.
Jeez, this is interesting.
It's a brainstorm.
I think this looks like pop. This looks like Popper Burn to me.
Popper
I think
Burn?
you play that in Popper Burn.
I don't know what it is though. Should I know? I don't know.
No, not really. Like it's not a legacy card. If that's what you mean.
Yeah. Tom has a Glimmer Post, so he's playing some blue post, looks like. Some kind.
Yeah, he's playing some sort of weird, like wacky one. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what spells he's casting with this deck. Thermo Alchemist. Thank you so much.
Ooh.
Yeah, so this is some semblance of Popper Burn, I suppose.
Maybe some.
It's gonna be one to Tom Lynch right there,
Some
and then
spice. He gets to
oh wow,
untop
this
it.
is literally Popper Burn.
What is that?
That's Lava Dart or whatever it's called.
Oh, dang.
Needle point, something
point?
like that.
All right, so we got Popper Bird
We got Popper Burn
versus
Needle Drop. Oh, we got Mike in the chat with
versus Mono Blue Candelabra deck. So
we
yeah,
got the Popper Burn player in the chat helping us out. Thank you, Mike.
welcome to Legacy on Monday night.
I know these cards in abstract. I don't know their names. Is this Tom just doing High Tide? Are we sure about that? He said he was doing something similar.
Oh, that's a crop rotation. So this could be blue green post.
I don't even know.
There's a Swift Spear.
He said that a Modern Horizons card. I acted like I knew what it was.
You know what's funny is Popper Burn has a shot in this matchup.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Interesting.
I hope we put Tom Lynch on camera to lose to Popper Burn.
More damage. Untap Alchemist.
Yep.
Swift Spear gets a pump. Daniel gets to draw.
Yep. Popper Burn's quite Peasant Burn, I suppose, with some uncommons in it.
Tom takes two more from Swift Spear. He gets to untap. Now, the issue for Daniel is Tom gets, like, potentially infinite Glimmer Posts.
Yep.
See, there's a copy from Tom.
Yep. So
a
lot of life gain.
Sit here and just make Glimmer Posts and find mana, I guess.
Yeah, I think this is where we might see the short, kind of the power limits of Popper-ish Burn run up against what Tom's going to be able to do in the late game.
Hey, here we are Monday night in the midst of Modern Horizons. We have Popper Burn versus Blue Green Post.
Yeah, honestly,
So,
like
you never know what you're gonna get.
we like to offer the best of the best.
Indeed.
Speaking of that, I'm gonna get our round clock up and running just to help here. Let's see.
What is this? That I don't know what he just
43
cast, but
minutes left in the round.
it
looks
dealt some
like.
damage. Lava Spike. Okay. More Lava Spike. Swift Spear. This has got 2 triggers on it. Tom could go to. Is Tom gonna go to 1 here? Man, Daniel might get this one.
This is pretty explosive start from Daniel Pugh with the needle drops, being able to just chain a bunch of cards into hand.
Hey, Thermal Alchemist is
With,
doing work.
with the Alchemist, the Alchemist is a huge popper card for the burn
So
deck.
Tom has actual 1 turn, maybe less than that. Yep. Tom's got. Yeah.
Yeah,
Tom's
he's just gonna scoop him
that,
up.
yeah.
Wow.
So Popper Burn with the game 1 win.
Yeah, Tom Lynch, the arbiter of his own demise on camera here.
In the matchup that I would assume Popper Burn's favored here actually, because Post is like very slow.
Yeah, this is definitely where we get to see some wackiness. Round 1 of the night.
And you're looking at Tom's sideboard, and it doesn't seem like he's got a lot for Burn. He's bringing in an
No.
Elephant Grass and 1 other card.
Yeah, I don't think it's a ton.
So Tom is unprepared for this.
Reaching into what I can only assume is some type of luxurious Gucci bag.
Oh yeah, I mean
in order to
Tom's always
procure-
blinging,
procure more stuff. Oh, extra sleeves. Perhaps he ripped a sleeve. It happens to the best of us. I still don't actually know what this deck is. We're guessing it's
I don't
some
know.
kind of post, but I think it has a whack. I don't think it's like a traditional payoff, so I don't want to call it that.
It's blue-green Post with some probably weird cards in it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But pretty cool weekend this weekend otherwise while these players sideboard. We did just have the GP at Magic Fest Seattle.
did.
There was a Legacy MCQ that a local took down.
who took that down? I
So
don't even
big
know.
shouts out to Patrick Tierney.
Nice.
With Rug Delver.
Cool.
Rug
Old school
Delver,
Canadian
Rug
Threshold.
Delver containing 10 free counter spells in the main deck. Thanks
You
to
mean-
Force of Negation.
So that's 4 days, 4 force, 2 force of negation.
Yep.
Lots of free counters.
Yep, there
Plus-
were 2 Ren and 6 in his
and some
sideboard.
ren, sideboard Rens. Okay.
Which I totally agree with. I don't think the card is necessarily a game 1 card if you're Rug Delver, if you're
Sure.
the Rug Delver deck.
Sure, you probably just want to kill them game
Exactly. Yeah, it is a
Like
very
Delvers
good
and
grindy card for the
backup.
matchups when
Yep.
you need it. But his
Waste
list was
locking,
really
you know?
clean. Yeah.
one. Cool.
So it was really cool to see. We had a couple other locals in top 8 of that MCQ as well. Aiden Jameson and Aaron Kasner.
Aiden made top 8. Nice.
yes,
I knew
with
he was
Eldrazi.
EXO. Yep.
Big smash
I knew he was
face
EXO.
Eldrazi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I scrubbed out with Maverick.
Yeah, I did pretty wretched with Loam myself.
Had some rough matchups.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I had good matchups, but just opponents drawing well and just not getting there in close matches.
Legacy's tough, and
is tough.
you got to play it a lot to
can't
really
top
excel
8
at it. So
every event,
you cannot exactly.
That's the problem.
There is a
Tough
1K
part.
this weekend, though.
There is.
For those of you listening in the local area, we do have a Legacy Preservation, last Legacy Preservation Series 1K of the year.
And
Before the Invitational happens in July.
we will be playing in.
We need
1K,
to
I
reach out to
believe.
Alex about that, by the way.
What?
He's qualified.
Oh, he is?
Our mutual friend is qualified, but hasn't played Magic for a little bit.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Can I steal his qualification? That'd be tight.
I don't think that's how
Register
that
as
works.
Alex.
I do not think that's how that works. So yeah, one last chance LPS invite, and then I believe I don't think there is like a last chance trial for the following month. I think we're just going to go right into the invitational with everybody who is able to make it. I do not know how that coordination has been going.
I don't know either.
Yeah. Rest assured, I'll probably be casting the event with whoever else wants to do that. Can you telecommute for an invite? We'll just I'll play your cards for you, Mike, and yeah, you just Skype in, and we'll look at our hands
Is
together.
that looks like a Prismatic Vista in Tom's hand as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Any of these 2 color decks, I think, are going to start wanting to see some of this card. Very, very nice card to just have access to.
Yeah.
I even saw like a red-black, like the red-black Goblins deck was starting to splash one of those as a 5th fetch land.
That's fair.
Yeah, basic fetch is nice.
Makes sense to me. A little bit slower start for Daniel here. on the draw this time. There's your Alchemist. That's
Yeah.
going to see a brainstorm.
Yeah, Tom gonna brainstorm in response.
Is that an elephant grass in his hand?
I think he just drew it off the brainstorm.
He
Yeah.
did, yeah.
Yeah. So he's gonna put that back.
Maybe a ballista, yeah.
Elephant
Couple of
grass,
lands going
though,
back.
not really gonna stop Thermal Alchemist from doing its thing, right?
No. I mean, I think it's one of those cards that Tom's like, well, this is better than what I have.
Yeah,
so
it's better than
bring it in.
nothing. Is he
Yeah.
clearly not prepared for this matchup?
No.
Not even, let alone the regular Legacy Baron matchup. You do not expect to see the card Thermal Alchemist when you come to Monday nights, usually.
No. There's always some surprises on Mondays, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, gonna go get a basic with the Forest with the Prismatic Vista.
We got lots of popper things happening. Basic lands, Thermal
Yeah.
Alchemist.
Oh yeah. And which one is that? Glimmer Post, I think, right?
Yep.
For Tom. You beat Papa Burn with on Show and Tell. All right, there you go.
Nice. I love show and tell losing to popper decks. That's
Yeah,
great.
I also think that's great.
God, Tom and I had a great match this past weekend that came down to the wire.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that.
Yeah.
Well, here's ping from Daniel before making any other plays on his main phase. We'll see what it comes to.
It's always fun playing against Tom because even though it's my worst matchup for the decks I play, he's a fun guy to play against.
Oh yeah, really good sport.
Yeah. Very non-salty human.
Yeah. Never mind. Yeah, if he gets rolled, he knows. What,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
He doesn't hold. He doesn't hold any grudges.
He's chill with it. Because he knows he rolls people just as much.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
Some
So
needle
gonna
point.
untap and draw from the needle point. These alchemists going to start to add up quite a bit if Tom can't get anything going, but he is still at 18. So
there's another Glimmer Post in his hand. Draws the Force of Will.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty good. What is that card? Is that the card that I'm looking for?
I have no idea. I guess we'll maybe find out.
Maybe.
It's a trop.
Someone is playing a Wolf Tribal deck in the background.
That's hot.
All right. What is this card?
I don't know. Is that? I don't know what that is. He just drew some stuff.
I'm gonna get up. I don't know what the fuck that. I don't know what the.
And he
flip that-
exiled it?
I don't know what the flip that dip is.
I have no idea.
Oh crap! Hey. Thank you. All right, I was gonna go get up and look at that card real quick. Just want this to stay.
So Daniel getting in with these alchemists here and Lava Spike. Jake's checking out what card Tom just cast because we have no idea. And we want to know what it is. So we're going to tell you once we figure it out. Meanwhile, Daniel's going to, looks like a boulder chain lightning there, and he's going to thermo for 2 more.
Okay.
Oh, Tom's going to scoop it up here.
The jig is up. Oh, that's way too bad. That's super way too bad.
Daniel wins the match with Popper Burn. Tom's deck is just too slow for it.
Oh, wait. Card.
Ooh. Finale of Revelation.
Finale of Revelation. So that was the card that Tom was trying to do. And I believe this was probably some attempt at maybe turns. I don't know what he's trying to do with this card.
It could
really.
be turns. It could be maybe doing something where you mill yourself out. Or like a Labman kill of some kind.
No clue.
Or like that new Jace Walker. I don't know.
We will never know.
I mean, I'm assuming that you're supposed to go infinite with drawing cards there, but
Well, that was a really, really fast one. So let's see if we can get anyone to move over to the booth. I'm going to step up again once more. Hold on.
that is an interesting tech brew from Tom there. I've not seen that card in Legacy yet. I've not seen that card played anywhere, in fact. I guess if you make 12 mana, then you get to draw 10 cards, untap 5 cloud posts, and then have infinite cards in your hand. I guess that's the idea. I don't know. I don't know what that combo's with in the deck, but it's pretty cool. Daniel, though, getting that one just because the speed of his deck was too much for Tom to handle. The old Popper Burn deck, taking a match in Legacy. Thermal Alchemist is quite the card when you don't play any answers and you have no clock.
All right, so I'm back. We have a backup match coming up. It's going to be two of our lovely
Backup
regulars,
matches, Patrick.
Patrick Michael Daly versus Jeff Schofield.
Nice.
Now, I don't know what either of these players are on quite yet. They're known to play multiple decks.
Yeah, it could have been Pop or Burn with a couple legacy cards ported.
Yeah,
That's
I think that was
my
probably. I think that was probably it.
It might be that he's trying to finish Legacy Burn and just has a port in the meantime. Meanwhile, we've got a backup match for you. It is a couple of our regulars, Patrick and Jeff. Let's see what they're on.
All right, so Patrick is up a game here. Just getting all the info dialed in.
Yep. Do we know what they're playing, or are we just gonna find out?
We're just gonna find out.
Sweet.
Both these players play a number of different decks. Jeff's played Mono Red. He's played Painter.
Patrick's
he's
always
got
on a spicy thing.
Yeah, Patrick's always on some weird stuff, but he has also been playing a little bit of mostly normal miracles. I guess he was playing Narset with Days Undoing.
Yeah, last
in a
time I
build,
saw that. Yeah.
So he might still be on that, but no actual clue until we see the cardboard face up on the table. So
You know what I was thinking about today with Arcanist? Why haven't people played an Arcanist deck with Plow? Maybe it's because it's hard to play a Delver deck with Plow.
Probably. So there was I don't think it was running Arcanist, but there was a Jeskai build. There was a weird, actually, it wasn't even. It was a 4-color build that was in the top 8 like MCQ lists
Ooh,
from the
nice.
weekend as well.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. It was Delver with Stoneforge Mystic and Punishing Fire Grove. It was like all of that in one deck.
Huh.
Yeah. This is weird. I just saw it before we
Strange.
started. Yeah. So I haven't looked too closely
So-
at the list.
Patrick is on Days Miracles. It is Plow to Fairy, Days Undoing, Force, and Ponder, and 2 lands.
Okie dokie.
So that's a solid opening hand from
Yeah.
Patrick.
Absolutely.
Oh, close.
All right, and I imagine we'll figure out what Jeff's on really quick. I think he might still be playing like a mono red deck, but maybe not. Maybe. Oh, what is this? Oh, this looks like some depths actually.
Well, in white you get Plow mainly, but you also get
This is definitely some hex, some depths.
you get some Disenchant, you get Rest in Peace if you want it. You get yeah, I don't know. Healing Salve, sure. You could get Jeskai Charms, pretty spicy.
All right, so Lotus Petal for Jeff here, and a Dark Depths, and just a go after that.
Yeah, Jeff is definitely, generally speaking, Depths is favored versus Miracles.
Right.
But, we'll see.
Patrick does have a Sword Splash here.
Yeah, well, I mean, you'd rather shut off your 3 Arcanists and then the whole Dredge deck or whatever, right?
And it looks like a Narset there. Spell Pierce? Is that what that is? And then a Plains. Patrick might just draw this Plains and hit the turn, I guess?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Flooded Stream. It's not even.
No, it's a
Wait, did he
Prairie
just
Stream.
pass without playing a second? Oh, no, this is his first turn.
Prairie Stream, that was his first turn.
Oh. All right, so Jeff is going to go for it here.
Double Petal from Jeff.
I don't know if he has a. Does he have another
has a Hex Mage in his hand.
land though?
He doesn't need a lane, he's got a Hex Mage.
No, I know, but does he have like anything to prevent him from getting
Dazed?
He's not going to get dazed, I
dazed,
suppose,
but
but
maybe not,
yeah,
I
he
don't
just like
Force.
he has nothing to recover from this. is
Right.
my
Yeah,
main
yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah.
Like this is going to meet Patrick's counterspell here, and
Yeah, but
boom.
sometimes you just slam it, you know?
Yeah. Abrupt decay, the draw for Jeff.
Patrick has the answer. His
Yeah.
hand is Plow, Spell Pierce, and a couple of 3-mana
Jeez.
Planeswalkers.
All right, so this might be pretty bad for Jeff, as Patrick's probably just going to slam Narset here and start to just get cards.
He may not slam Narset. He's
Oh.
just going to sit there with Pierce and
Spell
Plow
Pierce.
up.
Yeah, all right. I suppose there's a lot of reasoning for not wanting to take the shields on, though I feel like if he just has the depths on the battlefield, there's not many things that he can do in one turn, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Although, I don't know that Patrick's in a hurry to do anything.
Right. Hmm.
Ooh, looks like we have something up with the life totals. I'm not sure.
Oh, it looks like, yeah, maybe we didn't get that going or the tablet died. Let's see if we can get the attention of our event organizers.
Tablet did die.
It looks like our iPad died.
Yeah, we're working on that.
Oh, okay, cool. I just didn't know if you guys knew. Sweet. Cool. Looks like we're working on that. I don't know if we have the big dice of old, but that would be a really good temporary solution if those
Indeed,
are still
indeed,
out
indeed.
there.
Jeff is not drawing lands.
I'm not going to lie, I don't think life totals matter a ton in this matchup.
They don't.
Yeah, so we have that to our advantage as commentators right now, but we will try to get this fixed for the rest of the
It's
night.
basically, does Patrick have control, or does Jeff make a 20-20?
Exactly,
and swing?
yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah. I really don't see a lot of ways for Jeff to come back out of this, this fast start he was attempting to.
Is that a Karn? It is a Karn. So Patrick playing Karn Miracles. I don't know.
I am not sure if that's real or not.
Maybe he's playing Echo too.
Michael Wallio.
He could be playing Echo and like LED in the board. That's a possibility.
Ooh, 3 mana to Fairy. Now this card is the less popular.
The blue-white land is Prairie Stream.
Yeah. It is fetchable. It actually is quite a good budget land for a Miracles deck because you're very typically fetching island and plains anyway.
Yep.
So by the time you need to start splitting your mana, you can go fetch that instead of a Tundra. So here comes what? This is just a Ponder after Teferi.
Yeah.
We're going to draw planes off of
I
that.
think Patrick is just chilling.
Yeah.
In total control of this one.
Yep.
Don't really see how Jeff gets his way out of this, but you never know. Ooh, Patrick can instant speed a Days Undoing here.
Indeed. I think that might be the
do it
I
on
think
the
that
draw
might
step?
be the goal. Yeah, in your draw
With
step.
Narset out, so this is going to be
yeah.
good game. Second time we've seen Patrick do this on camera.
Wow, this is also not great for. We're gonna have to get back up and find another backup match in just a second.
Yeah, because Patrick was up 1-0, right?
Yeah. So
yeah.
Jeff is gonna have to pitch his hand entirely.
Yeah.
He's shuffling it back. Right.
Yeah, you shuffle back. Patrick will draw 7. Jeff will draw 0.
Yeah.
Because he drew a card for the turn already.
Yep. That is how that works.
So.
Pretty rough stuff.
Yeah. It's not good for Jeff. Certainly not good for Jeff.
Welcome to War of the Spark Legacy. I mean, I don't know how many people are running the Days Undoing combo.
No one but Patrick. Probably.
Yeah. But I do agree that Narset is quite the card that's being played in a lot of these decks.
Oh, there you are. Sorry.
All right, so Council's Judgment for Patrick Daly. Jeff Schofield, ever the good sport, is just playing it out.
Yeah, and Patrick also has a Back to Basics in hand, so that's just icing on the cake, I guess.
Something like that, yeah.
He's just going to Days Undoing again. I guess he just doesn't even want the cards in his hand.
Oh my goodness.
Just going to chain Days Undoing and
it's not a bad life to live.
Yeah.
As long as you keep drawing them, I guess.
Jeff gets to shuffle. I mean, that's the thing he's doing.
Wow, what a game. What else is there to be said here? Patrick has complete control of the board. Jeff is likely unable to do anything of relevancy. And we're kind of just waiting for, you know,
The kill?
the kill or
Patrick
the
to find
concession.
a win con? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Jeff just isn't conceding because he's on camera.
I think he's just not
Possible.
conceding because he doesn't really care that much, you know.
Yeah, that too.
What is he going to do? Unless he's got a good book to read right now, he might as well hang out.
Yeah. Oh, that looks like a click from Patrick. So now we have a clock.
Wow, yeah, that's going to be that might represent, you know, something
Jeff's
that would actually
demise.
attack Jeff's life total. Yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick's just going to ponder. There's another Days Undoing in there. Oh wow!
Oh, he's gonna click and then Days Undoing.
What the heck?
So,
What is this even accomplishing?
I don't know. I don't know.
Amazing.
I know that Jeff is done.
Yeah.
I think Patrick is just gonna continue to try and draw Days Undoing every 7 cards.
Well, they exile themselves, right?
Draw 7 cycle myself. Yeah, I think he's doing the Days Undoing in response to the click activation on himself.
Oh.
So he can like pitch a card and get one back. It's just like drawing 8 effectively.
Awesome. Looks like we got our life total back up just in time for it to still not be relevant at all.
Yes, indeed. We just get to watch Patrick do Patrick stuff, I
Yeah,
guess.
it's not bad. It's pretty fun.
Is that another Days Undoing in his hand? He's going to click himself. Because, well, it is another Days Undoing. Jeff is never going to draw another card.
Yeah,
He's just going to not draw any more cards,
I don't think so.
and we're going to be done with this game. And that was all on Jeff's turn, because Fairy. So Patrick has the full combo unleashed here. I thought I saw a Days Undoing in Patrick's hand just now. But I could be wrong.
he's already cast him. But
Nope, that is a Days Undoing in his hand. Oh, it's the last one? Sure. It is the last one.
wow, this is riveting. I'm gonna drink some water real quick.
What would you do without us, Twitch chat? This is the quality legacy content we bring you on Monday.
Show me the lattice. Yeah, true.
Yeah, Jeff's like, I just want to see lattice, and then I'll scoop it up. Now Jeff gets to draw.
Get your card, Jeff. Nah,
Oh,
he
no.
says nah.
He's like, I'm done. I'm out.
Okay. With the brainstorm bolt guy.
I'm not sure what that is, but
Brainstorm bolt guy. What is that?
I don't
What is
know.
that?
I don't know.
What is that?
I don't know.
That's a little crazy. Well,
Jeff brought in some chokes, some needles, some decays.
yeah.
Just didn't see any of them, I guess. Or I never got the mana. Patrick, 3 back to basics in the sideboard. This does not look like a deck that I want to play against.
Oh, I was just gonna see if we could get another backup match, or if Henry would want to look for a backup match. Backup match. Again. Huh? Oh, I mean, like they're done, right? They're just done. See if anyone wants to be on camera, please. I don't want to say that I don't want to get up, but I'm just going to say it on stream. I don't want to get up. Thundering Jin. Oh, this is like the, yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, but then you'd have to pay 5 mana to cast it. That seems like a lot. But it would end the game quickly.
Well, if let's just take it back to the booth for now, I suppose. Or in 1 second. Pull up one thing. Oh, I don't need that.
Oh,
So we've got a lot of new spoilers that are just like
The M20.
happening constantly. It's actually really crazy. I'm gonna take us back to the booth to see if Hey everybody. Welcome back to Mox Boarding House. Backdrop's as always, a little cockeyed just because we have to get up in and about during these presentations.
Yeah, we are in a game store. So.
Alright. Yeah, that was pretty fun. Nice solitaire match there. I'd say, we get all types of matches on cam here, so this is just Patrick commenting on the match.
Only the best types of matches.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So it sounds like we don't have anyone that's really up for a backup match right now.
Well, we got some time to kill.
Slightly unfortunate, but it does happen. We do have some time to kill. I have pulled up some of our newest spoilers. I don't think there's going to be a ton to talk about, in all honesty.
Brought back is a thing.
Brought back feels like to me like a little bit like a mistake.
Yeah, people are talking about this card as a way to fetch twice and get your fetches back.
Yeah, I don't think that's so. I think
it's pretty insane. Like potentially as a miracles card, if you can get double white out early, maybe you want that.
I have
acceleration.
No idea.
Death
So
and
the way I'm
probably doesn't want it.
No. The way I'm thinking about it is that it's like it seems almost like an overlook, the fact that this interacts with fetches, which is fair. A lot of things are like that, but then also like where is this fitting? If this is at like yes, it's a pretty busted interaction, but like yeah, what deck is fetching for double white on turn 2 and trying to ramp up to 5, I guess, on the following turn,
I don't know. I mean, I guess Maverick potentially, but then Maverick wouldn't want that card either. So.
No, I don't think that's where it's like tricky. I'm not entirely sure
it's
what
a blue deck card.
Who wants that card? It's cool. It's definitely intended to be more of like a, it feels like it's intended to be more like an aristocracy type card or something.
Yeah.
Like it's supposed to target creatures. Also, I don't know why it doesn't say non-land permanent, but like
if you read the banned card called Second Sunrise,
of course, yeah,
it is very similar. So Wizards is playing with fire again.
I suppose, yeah. We do have a little bit of a meta write-up, which is pretty cool. We got actually a couple different people on Goblins tonight,
Rachel,
which I really like to see.
Do I know Rachel because she's on 4-color loan?
Yeah, you do. Rachel Forshee.
Rachel. Yes, yes, I do know Rachel. Okay.
So, yeah, we were previously. A lot of people come into the 4-color loan fold with. Rachel played the deck before as well, but coming back to 4-color loan with Ren and 6. Yes, absolutely.
Ryan Herbacek on 4-color loan. I did not.
So it looks like this might be our most. So we have, let's see, at least 3 pilots on loam tonight. I did see a Jun Nick Fit list, which looked pretty sweet. That's cool. Yeah, Jun Nick Fit with Punishing Fire. Couple Death and Taxes. Someone on Doomsday, as always, Zach.
Played against Thomas Carnett at the MCQ. He is solid Death and Taxes player.
Yeah. Very solid Magic player.
In a close match.
Couple different Elves lists tonight. It looks like
Maverick.
Yep, Miranda's on the Ren build of Maverick still, I believe.
Might have to get that on
Splashing
camera.
Red for Ren and 6. Yeah, I would really love to get that on camera if we can get her in for.
We got a
second round.
Shardless player. We got some Delver. We got some Burn. We got some Miracles.
Yep, it looks like Christopher Russell's trying 4-color control with Ren and 6, I would imagine.
It's maybe the Stryfo pile as it's
I don't know if it would be the Strifo pile or something without punishing fire.
Or just old school pile, like check pile.
Yeah.
We got a Bomberman. We got some Stoneblade. We got a Doomsday.
Yeah. Yeah, really just like a nice, well-rounded kind of thing tonight.
Yeah, we got 3 Loam players
Used to be meta.
representing the house of Loam. And if I were playing, we'd have 4. But
Yep.
and you also been playing.
Yeah, I
So
would play the deck too. It's a lot of fun to play right now. I think it's going to get a lot better with the London Mulligan as well.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
At the same time, it gets better, but then so does Sneak and Show.
It's true, yeah.
In fact, I will predict right now, just for chat and for the record, I think that post London Mulligan, we're going to see a ban out of Sneak and Show, whether that's Grizzlebrand or Omniscience, I don't know, but I think that deck will become the best deck in Legacy.
We'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to see.
That's just a prediction. It's a take from
It's
me.
an overtime thing for sure. I do think that it certainly benefits a lot from the London
It benefits the
Mulligan rule.
most, I think, of any archetype in the format.
It's pretty good.
Because unlike Reanimator, you don't just find your combo, you get to find your combo plus your backup.
Yep. Yeah.
Which is insane. So that's really. I was talking to Tom about it, and he agrees that it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, that'll be an interesting landscape to live in.
We'll see how it shakes out, but I think that you're definitely going to see Grizzlebrand being talked about as a bannable card here in the next couple months.
I would not be sad to see him go. Someone in chat asking what's the difference between Legacy and Modern. There's a substantial card pool difference, and also a big banned and restricted list difference. If you want a quick summary, Modern uses everything with the quote-unquote Modern border. I think that's from 8th edition forward. Legacy uses everything that's ever been printed, with the exception of a number of key cards that are played in Vintage, like the Moxen, and other cards that are restricted in Vintage. So, yeah. Hot take. I hope you're correct, so I don't have to force that deck ever again. I just think it'll be. I don't know like how long it would take for a banning to happen. I think if your prediction was correct, I could see it unfolding over the course of maybe like a year and a half or 2 years.
That seems like longer than I think. I mean, I could see it within 2 months.
Oh, I doubt that. I doubt it would rise.
We'll see how much the London Mulligan affects the meta, because if you're going to start seeing like lots of Sneak and Reanimator and challenges and things, then Wizards is going to look at it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We'll just have to see how it goes. I guess M20 comes out next week. Who knows?
I'm not sure how much playability there is from M20. There seems to be you can kind of see it with Modern Horizons and War of the Spark, and I don't know if it's an intentional thing, but there's definitely some kind of power creep going on lately in the new sets, and this seems like potentially the most powerful core set we've had in a while.
It's going to be pretty strong. I don't think anything spoiled has been a legacy hit, so to speak, but I think it's just going to keep this trend going of like really powerful standard environments where just like all the decks are doing kind of busted over the top stuff. And have these like kind of really huge grindy late game tools like Dread Horde or like Experimental Frenzy.
Yeah, I mean, that's the interesting thing about Grizzlebrand is Grizzlebrand has been legal in Legacy for a long time, and there are cards in the ban list that are worse than Grizzlebrand.
That's
like
true.
By a lot.
Yeah.
So that's a really strange thing to me.
Yeah, he's been left alone for a long time.
Yeah, too long.
I think it's because a lot of the Grizzlebrand strategies just don't tend to gravitate towards the top at the end of the day. They don't stay there. I think one of the reasons Sneak and Show hasn't is just because it's not that fun. So realistically, like, you know, there are certain people that have mastered the deck, and I think that they probably play what is one of the best decks in the format. But not that many people really go for it with the deck anymore, I feel like.
No, I mean, I think it's because it is kind of a grind to play that deck repeatedly, since there's really not a lot of decision trees in it, or as much as other decks.
Yeah, it is very much a does your opponent have it or not type of deck. And you have to play around certain subtleties of, you know, what you're restricted under, what your opponent might have. But
yeah, and I'm a little. I mean, maybe I'm the wrong person to discuss it, because I'm a little bitter. I lost to it 4 times today on Moto.
So oh wow! Yeah,
it's everywhere on Moto right now.
A little bit of bias.
It's really good against Blue Red Delver.
So
according to Tom,
that's pretty interesting.
And so I feel like.
I guess because Blue Red Delver has slowed down on its tempo strategies.
Yeah, I kept playing Loam against Sneak today and just kept losing. Yeah, it's just like, ugh, that's too bad, but that's how it goes.
Yeah, no.
If you want to beat Sneak, play Grixis Delver or some other, you know, black variant. Mm-hmm. According to Tom, the worst matchup is Blue-Black Reanimator.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, because like they have Grizzlebrands
Everything.
too. Yeah, they
Discard,
just have everything.
force,
Yeah, exactly.
combo. Yeah.
Yeah. Sneak and Show is monotonous and people want to play neat things. That's pretty much what I agree with. Yeah. It's very ZZZ to play.
It is. It is true. I don't.
I think
I mean-
and that's a pretty real factor in a format where, like, you invest quite a bit, right? People want to actually play their decks.
Well, I think the real problem card from the deck, if you wanted to make it a less busted deck in general, is Omniscience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just because if you take Omniscience out of that deck, then other decks can fight it on a much less difficult axis.
Yeah.
So fair decks don't have as hard of a time fighting like Show and Tell in a Karakas or Grizzlebrand because you get Karakas, and that becomes much easier to deal with. When you have Omniscience, it's this extra problem that's like much more difficult. to
Omniscience
handle,
is
so.
definitely the card that enables that deck to go over the top.
Yeah, yeah, and that's. I mean, I was talking to Tom about that this weekend, and that's what he was saying too. So we'll see what happens. It's a hard thing to predict, especially since the meta is still.
Narset
shaking
does
out.
actually, Narset does a fair job stopping that kind of shenanigery from happening, I guess. But
Yeah, I mean, on a certain level, it does.
yeah, it certainly is something that Sneak has to deal with.
Right, but it's still
Really
not
hard for them to-
stopping
yeah.
an Omni with a cast Emrakul either. Right?
Definitely not.
So
No, yeah.
That's still an axis.
They can still
win
just
on.
plop. Yeah, they
Yeah.
can still just Show and Tell Omni, cast Emrakul into that.
Yeah, I don't know how that matchup goes, so I wouldn't speak to it. But I know that Miracles used to be very unfavored. Maybe it's better now.
I can imagine. I mean, I can definitely see how both of those cards swing the favor in terms of like tempo for Miracles. Like they get to
Yeah.
conserve their counter magic.
Yeah, I mean Miracles still has to deal with the card Beseiju though, right? So like they still just
Probably.
lose to that card.
I don't know.
Drawing their decks with Second Sun.
I have no idea what kind of
idea
troll
either.
post that is.
No. Don't know. Don't.
You missed
don't
it.
know.
You missed
Never
it.
seen it.
6 minutes on the clock, it looks like here, with only a couple matches still going.
Yeah, I mean I think that if you take Grizzlebrand out of Sneak and Show, you don't necessarily neuter the deck, right?
Right,
Because you
yeah.
still get to play Emrakul and whatever other big thing you want,
Yeah.
but it isn't as busted. Because you don't get a redraw when you put in a thing and your opponent deals with it, you don't then get to draw a new hand. Right?
Yep,
And so
yeah.
that's the part about it.
Exactly, yeah. Crystal just lets you go really, really, I don't know.
It
Crystal Branch
makes
is really
it makes
annoying.
the deck a lot more resistant
Yeah,
to hate.
yeah.
Because you get to just draw a new hand.
Yep.
Regardless of what happens to the Grizzlebrand.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty egregious. Well, hopefully we get some quicker matches going for round two. Like I said, we only have a little bit of time here left.
Yeah. Just discussing the deck I hate the most, no big deal.
I'm going to take another look here just for funsies.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen all of the spoilers myself, but I've been sort of looking.
I mean, nothing spectacular.
Mystic Forge is a colorless experimental frenzy.
That's pretty crazy, yeah. That's if it's an artifact card or a colorless non-land card. So it's not quite as good there, but it's still pretty wacky. Oh, they have some of these planeswalker-y cards. I don't care about any of this stuff.
There's some stuff that's
Ethereal
there's definitely some combo centric cards in this set, including that new equipment.
Oh, sure, that's pretty fun. That's pretty
like,
interesting.
You could use with Infect and that enchantment that lets you equip things when you cast them.
Yep. The new little like weird
3-mana black dude.
The weird flyer is
black
pretty
card,
weird. Yeah.
It seems like a really fun draft set, at least.
Oh yeah, probably. I like the Cavalier cycle. I think that's a pretty cool whatever. Like they always do these big monocolor mythic creatures for core sets, and this is a pretty cool take on that.
Yep. Tails End will see play and you on Windows 1 up, yeah.
Tails End, which one is that?
That's the like Stifle-esque.
Oh yeah, that is
card.
pretty cool. I think that card's pretty cool. Yeah.
It's a modern playable card for sure.
Definitely, yeah.
And what are the Planeswalk? Can you go back there? I just want to see
Oh yeah, I think some of these
if
are.
there's anything that I've not
I think these
seen
are from Planeswalker decks.
Okay.
So they don't really count.
Oh, see, this is the card that would replace Grizzlebrand potentially.
Oh, sure.
Broker of Blood.
Whenever you lose life, draw that mini card.
So it's like a fair Grizzlebrand.
I see. You can pay 1 black to draw
because
2
you have
cards.
to pay mana to draw cards.
Yeah. Okay. Villas, Broker of Blood, and they actually got all the numbers right. He's
Yeah,
8/8
8/8 for 8,
That's
yep.
such a hilarious.
They also basically reprinted Voltaic Key, but
I
it's
saw,
slightly
yeah,
better.
I saw,
so,
yeah. Was Voltaic on the reserve list or something like that?
I don't know. It's a good
Interesting.
question.
I don't
but,
think it
but they
is.
made a
No,
better
actually, it's
Voltaic Key.
definitely
It's just,
not.
I mean, Manifold Key is strictly better, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it's
think
not-
so,
There's
right?
no disadvantage.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Nothing
Oh, they
too
printed a new Omnath.
crazy.
That.
Yeah, it's not that crazy.
4 mana. Enters the battlefield, deals damage. They did a lot of elemental
it's an
tribal
elemental
stuff
lord.
too.
Yep. Oh yeah, and the temples. That's
Temples
pretty neat.
reprinted.
I don't think
Fry
I've seen
seems
this
like
guy.
a card that could see Legacy play.
Oh, I have Yara.
Can't be countered,
Fry,
deal
I think
damage
Fry
to white or
may
blue
end up
walker
seeing
creature.
Legacy play in some red decks.
Yep. Also, Rotting Registar is a
That's
possibility.
pretty interesting.
Maybe a reanimator thing.
I don't even know what that card does in Legacy. It just
Possibly.
feels like just a big swords plowshare.
Legion's
target.
End is another possibility.
There's
sorcery
new
speed.
ley lines, and there's quite a bit going on.
New
in
ley
this core
lines, yeah.
set.
New reprints of ley lines is the thing people
New
like.
and old, yeah. Bishop of
What is
Wings.
this?
Oh, it's a new
Kalia?
Kalia. It's like, it's
And there's a
definitely
battlefield
not cool. Yeah, it's EDH.
CDH stuff.
Kalia's
There's a
just
lot of
always-
EDH playable cards in this set.
It's what it seems like, yeah. Oh, I love that they put Goblin Ringleader into Modern.
Yeah, the
too. It's
Ringleader
fantastic.
reprint is nice.
I'm very excited to play Goblins. I think both in Modern and Legacy.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a black-red 5/0 list that's pretty sweet recently.
Kiker wins Fury.
Kaikar wins Fury. Whenever you cast a non-creature, yeah, it's pretty nutty actually. This card's pretty nutty.
Wow.
I don't know if it's like Legacy. I don't know if it goes into any Legacy decks, but like just on raw power level, it's obviously very very strong. 3/3 flyer for 1 and Jeskai mana. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 spirit token with flying.
I could see that in like a Jeskai Blade.
Yeah,
maybe like
I don't even know. Yeah, like if it comes
spicy.
in out of the board for like
Yeah.
a grindy matchup or something like that. But just a minute left in the round, so I think we are just waiting on a few more people before we get into our next round of action. And hopefully we get some longer matches on camera then. Until then, thank you guys so much for joining us.
Better key is silly. Yeah, it seems silly. I don't know why they would print a key that also lets you make an Eldrazi unblockable for a turn. But, that's fine. We're just creeping up the power level, Wizards is just like, let's go hard.
Yeah,
Print a lot of more powerful stuff than we've ever seen in a core set. Or in the last couple sets.
Well, yeah, they've been on a train. They've been on a bit of a... Honestly, I mean, if you want, we can try to chew his ear off. Not really, but I did spot Gavin in here just a minute ago.
Gavin.
Vorhay? Verhey?
Yeah, the Wizards.
I mean, the now head of, I think, product design or something like that.
Oh.
He's like right under Forsyth, I believe.
All right.
He make the magic cards, as they say.
Yeah,
he's in the house right now.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, Legacy's in a very I don't know, crazy place. Like lots of things happening, and
it just hasn't.
No one knows
it just
the meta.
hasn't. It hasn't been able to land on its feet since the Deathrite Shaman ban, and I don't say that in a bad way. I think
it was
in a good
and then
way.
They made War, and then they made Modern Horizons.
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Any Jund Loam decks with 5 and 6?
No.
we had a Jund Fit.
Jund Nick bit. I don't think it was a Loam deck.
It says Jund Nick / Loam.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. I guess it was playing Punishing Fire, so perhaps so.
Yeah, so we might have one. We have some 4-color Loam in the house, which is nice. As you can see, I am Loamer Boy. So.
Meta is everybody can play whatever they want, and skill is more rewarded than before. I mean, that's honestly pretty true right now.
Skill is more rewarded in some senses, though. Not always, right?
Well, it's just a wide field, which means that you're going to run into bad matchups.
Sure.
And that's a little bit,
Skill is rewarded except when you face your worst matchups, and then skill doesn't matter, right?
But
so
isn't that just supposed to be this game that we play
sure,
at this point?
Yeah.
More like knowing matches. I mean, that's always been the appeal of Legacy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's why we try to play this format. Is it rewards knowledge and kind of deck knowledge and the ability to leverage that against what your opponent's doing.
Mm-hmm.
It basically is a format that rewards you for knowing how to play your opponent's deck better than they do, right?
Yeah. I mean, Brainstorm and Ponder are obviously staples of the format for that reason, right? They let you have outs to everything, potentially, if you can.
It's all about looking at cards and knowing what you want.
Yeah.
So that is why they are very powerful.
Yeah, I mean, my match against Tom last weekend came down to a ponder that he found omniscience with on the last turn before he was dead in Game 3. So that's legacy.
Yeah.
Just find things with these cantrips. That's why they're so powerful.
Well, I have no idea what Villis is.
The 8-mana 8/8 butcher that we
Oh,
were talking
okay.
about.
I should remember names of cards. Just wait till we have London Mole. I mean, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going to happen with that. To be honest, I have been a known. I don't like it. Is what I'm trying to say, and I've talked about it a lot, but I am trying my best to be open to it.
Yeah, Andy, we were just talking about that if you just got here. That exact talking point. Show and tell being the big winner of the London Mulligan rule. So
Yeah,
we may well have to live in that world for a little bit.
I really truly believe that show and tell will demand a ban in a
Yeah.
short period of time.
Totally.
After London Mulligan. So,
Totally.
but we'll see.
I think that
I
would
agree
be
with
cool.
you entirely. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. I think that's
In
exactly why they made the London Mulligan. And I'm not really sure why Wizards believes it has to be an all format rule, but that's what they're doing. So
I would love to see, kind of Omni or Gristle get the hammer with the London Mulligan rule in place.
You want to talk about like a wild world? Who knows what the hell Vintage is going to become now post London
true.
Mulligan?
Yeah, no,
right?
it's absolutely true.
That format especially is
It's
going to be all over the place.
It's going to be Vintage Dredgeland.
Yeah, it's going to be have a Bazaar in your opening hand every game forever.
Pretty much, yeah. So
we're not
and we are not
Yeah.
suffering through a Hogak summer. Though I do see that the Hogak deck is starting to pop up in Legacy queues.
It is indeed starting.
I mean, honestly, it is a Zombardment deck, right? Like one of the reasons the deck was even able to start going off in Modern was because it gained these interesting new like kind of Zombardment type tools like Alter Dementia, and then Carrion Feeder being legal in Modern, which was always there in Legacy.
Yeah, and I know.
So those two on top of Hogak, which is obviously the big one.
Well, I know that Arkin top forward the Legacy quarterly this past weekend with Dredge with Hogak, and I know there's been some people messing around with Hogak's bombardment in Legacy as well. So,
but as Andy points out in the chat, we're pretty close to a world where turn one leyline is very consistent. So it's really going to be on like, what do the games look like where everyone's prepared for turn one leyline, and can these decks still survive? Are the Wisp Mares enough for whatever that card, the one that blows up enchantments?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Will there be a big uptick in cards that kind of like, what's the one that if you control a forest, it just blows up all enchantments? Reverend Silence. Yeah. Maybe those types of things start to see more play.
Well, I mean,
in
Force
response.
of Vigor, right, is another possibility. If you have a deck that plays a lot of green,
Yeah.
like Manaless Dredge, maybe you can play that card.
Right.
That's something that Lands has been using a lot lately. I think it's like a staple too of in Lands now.
Probably.
They just like get to blow up all the hate pieces that people have.
Hogak, it's just a Force of Vigor. Indeed. We have some Manaless Dredge players in the house tonight doing that exact thing.
Fairy Macabre will get better. Yeah, I mean,
a lot of people are starting to pack that card a lot, actually, these days. Yeah.
I think it's a fine card.
Yeah,
but
it's fine.
Surgical certainly is getting worse. I'll say that.
Yeah, Surgical is losing a little bit of value, but I don't know. I think it's still fine. It's just not that great against specifically the Hogak or the Dredge decks.
Yeah.
Well, really just waiting on matches here. Sorry we couldn't bring you more Magic in the first round, folks, but we could try to get Miranda on camera with the Ren 6 Maverick list. We could get Chris Russell and Jim Twang on camera.
Jack's on D&T? We could watch D&T versus Punishing Maverick. That seems fine.
That would be pretty cool if they're cool with it. Yeah. Can we try to get table 9? See if they're table 9. Yeah. See if they're cool with it. Yeah, something in mind in case. I don't know Jack Kelly. He may or may not want to be on camera. I know Miranda's always pretty cool. He's in here, so.
Andy, round one was an interesting one. It was Blue Green Post versus Popperburn.
Nope.
Popperburn took it rather quickly.
Yeah, we literally had literal Popper plus burn.
Yeah.
Popper Legacy Fusion. We will definitely try to get Chris Whistle on here tonight. I think he is playing super greedy Ren and 6 control. Ren Maverick. Okay, so we are getting Ren and 6 on camera tonight. No matter what.
Jack Kelly, I believe, is D&T.
Oh yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We're looking around for Jack Kelly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Looks like we're still trying to find him. He might be at the bar or something like that.
It's very possible. We do have a food place here.
Yeah. Little cafe.
Yeah.
In the Mox Boarding House Ballard out here. Good to go? All right, sweet. All right, let's take it down to the booth. And yeah, these players are shuffling up here.
Miranda, very known, very good Maverick player.
Yeah, Miranda top 8 at
mess around with some
the
Ren.
Legacy GP that was 1 year ago this summer. 1 year ago
Yeah.
this year. A little earlier this time last year. I think it was in about April. But yeah, she played Maverick all the way through 15 rounds top 8.
Maverick's in a good place. Maverick just won the quarterly as well.
It did, indeed.
In
Yeah,
the hands of
it's in a
mental
surprising.
misstep.
It seems to be surprisingly well positioned right now, given that kind of a lot of it's I don't know, like.
Well, you know what it is? It's so good against all the Delver running around. That's
I think
really
it's
what
pretty
it is.
good. Yeah, it's pretty good against all the Delver running around.
Yeah.
You get a lot of tools there.
Yep.
It's not great against like Miracles, which has also gotten a boost as of late, but you do get to run a bunch of chokes, which is pretty good.
Choke is
for
very
that
good
matchup.
right now. Yeah. I mean, as much as I think that card is often overrated,
I
the
agree.
card is excellent right now.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Miracles players are cutting Disenchants and Council's Judgments for Force Indications.
Well, that's pretty interesting. Yeah.
So, and now they just decided, you know what, I'm going to fight you on the stack. If your card resolves, I guess I can't answer it. And I don't know that that's going to last. So.
All right, looks like we're just deciding who's going to go first here.
Yep.
We got a Miracles player commenting in the.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you're cutting it from the main. That's what I was.
Yeah,
That's what I
I really like the idea of not playing against Council's Judgment for sure.
Yeah, it's great. No back to basics or Council's Judgment main. I'm all for that. Miranda gets to be on the play here.
Yeah, Miranda on a list that is not, I think, notably only splashing red for kind of like Rin and P-Fire, or not P-Fire, Pyroblast, and then sideboard cards. There's not a Grove aspect to this Maverick build. More of just a red splash for the new Ren card and sideboard cards.
Yep. I think Ren is good enough that you can just splash solely for
and I know
it,
she
right?
started to mess around with the mana base as well to kind of try and take advantage of the Ren.
It looks like she's got a Ren in her opener,
Yep.
so we're going to see it already.
Yep, hopefully.
Jack's got a...
I'm actually not sure if she's got the red mana yet.
Looks like Jack has maybe some colorless lands in a vial, but no white. I think he kept. Miranda's going to lead with a Noble.
Yep, Aether Vial deploy for Jack Kelly here.
Yep.
And we'll see what Miranda draws.
This matchup's always an interesting one because, you know, they're two decks that we both play.
Oh, yeah.
And we've played this matchup a ton ourselves, so...
Miranda just going to... I wonder what
like
she's...
Green Sun for one here?
So maybe going for... If she added a bird, but she might just be getting another Noble?
Yeah. Well, she'll need red mana for this Ren in her hand.
Oh, she's getting a different... Yeah, Miranda is on the all different art swag.
That's hot.
With her deck. Yeah. Very cool. She's
Box topper
she now
Noble.
has officially 4 different types of Noble Hierarchs. Woo! Yep. So yeah, honestly, it's pretty funny. Still not able to actually cast the Ren, but just doing a lot to build the board here with some Noble Hierarchs for the late game, basically. And this is where I think, you know, if Jack were to like play a land, Wasteland, Swords to Plowshares, one of the Noble Hierarchs.
Yeah. We'll see how aggressive he wants to get.
I think he'd be in a very good position.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. There we go.
And that's exactly what he did.
Yeah. And so now with the Vial up as well, Miranda's going to be like way on the back foot here.
I like that play from Jack.
Yeah,
Especially
agreed.
because he has Vial.
Yep. And he also sniffed it out a little bit by Miranda
Green Sun
not
for
having
one,
a land.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Green Sun for 1. Yeah.
Now she's got a Green Sun for 0 here.
Yep. And this is what happens in these dicey games. That was a pretty in this matchup, and not that Miranda knew that she was necessarily playing this matchup at the start of the game.
And there's a Mom that's going to get to live, which is huge for Jack.
Yep.
Jack getting that vial trigger in before he picks the card up there.
Yeah. Those types of keeps are
That looks
tricky.
like a tomb in his hand, which is it's great. I think Death and Taxes is really well positioned right now too.
That's what it seems like. Yeah, I may give it a whirl this weekend at the.
It's just
at
a
the 1K.
house against Blue Red Delver. Like
Sure.
that's such a good matchup for Death and Taxes. Jack's gonna just looks like he uses his 3 mana to play a Vial first and follow with a Thalia. Passes the turn. Thalia not the best card in the matchup, but he's still definitely very far ahead. Although Miranda now has Ren mana if she wants it. But this mom is going to make that a little trickier.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is what the matchup can kind of look like in game 1, especially where Miranda deployed on turns 1 and 2, but Jack just had these really efficient answers right off the bat.
Yeah,
and after the deployal, there wasn't a chance for Miranda to catch up.
Yeah, and I found that this matchup in particular turns on Vial.
Yeah.
I mean, if Death and Taxes has a Vial start, Maverick tends to be on the back foot, but it's vice versa, too.
Yep.
If Death and Taxes doesn't have Vial, Maverick can get way ahead.
Yeah.
And you see here, Miranda's just going to go ahead and deploy the Ren to try to make land drops, which I think is a smart move. She's going to get back the fetch here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Passes the turn. Jack's going to Vial in a Stoneforge, which is huge. Because that's also, he's assumingly going to get Jit or maybe Sword. We'll see what he gets. But he might have enough mana to put it in and equip with the Tomb.
Oh, sure.
He's going to get Jit, so if he can put it in plus equip with Mom backup, he's going to blow up both of Miranda's creatures here.
Yeah, that's going to be a pretty big swing. You could also attack down the Ren just to get it out. All right, so we'll see if Jack has the next land that he needs.
I think the draw for the turn was a Mom. He's got the Vial on 1, so a second Mom here is pretty brutal.
Yeah, this is rough.
But he doesn't have that other land, so he can't go put in Jit and equip this turn. I'm sure he may just hold up his mana here and do it at the end of Miranda's turn, Vial in another Mom, and then go from there, but we'll see what he does. This is an interesting matchup for me, too, just because I've played both these decks so much. Interesting choice from Jack. He's going to go ahead and swing all at Ren to kill it, and then cast the Jit.
Cost 3. Yeah, didn't use the thing to put it in.
Yep, now he's going to go ahead and cast the Jit.
Still going to take the damage.
Yep. Yeah, that's an interesting move.
Maybe he was over...
I guess since he's got another Mom in hand, he values the current Mom a little less.
Yeah,
enough to kill the Ren, right?
I think there's that, and also the thought that this is continuing to kind of hamstring Miranda's mana.
Yep. Miranda is going to go ahead and take care of the Mom there with the Plow, which makes sense. I think Jack probably evaluated that as a risk.
Yeah.
To his play,
I mean,
but it's fine. He's got that backup Mom in his hand.
Yeah, 1-for-1 in when you have the replacement one seems fine.
Yeah, so if I check out,
It's like some confusion with the life totals.
I think players just figuring out where they need to be.
I also appreciate Miranda's foiled out deck.
Yeah, like I said, she's got all the relevant cards. She's got the different colored foils of, so it's pretty sweet. Or the different art foils, yeah.
Yeah. So
four different moms, 4 different nobles, all that stuff.
Stoneforge getting her own Jit here. Jack's gonna Vial in another Mom. And Miranda's going to pick it up because she knows now that with the Mom, Jack's going to be able to untap, equip Jit, get in with Mom protection, and Miranda's going to get too far behind from that. So
that is accurate.
Miranda's enough of a veteran player to see that and goes to game 2.
And this is pretty typical of a game 1 from this type of matchup. I mean, both of these players had pretty strong starts, but what we saw was that, Miranda was a little hamstringed on mana. She didn't make a second land drop, and then Death and Taxes just has the tools to immediately prey on that.
Well, Jack, I think what happened is Jack smelled the weakness after Miranda Green Sun for a Noble. He's like, all right, I'm going to waste you and take out a Noble.
And it's often a very devastating play in the matchup no matter what. Waste you and get rid of a Mana Dork is so
in
devastating
addition to
for
having
Maverick.
Vial.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, in addition
you don't
to
need your lands.
Exactly. Yeah, everything was just like a hot draw for him in that game. So, you know,
Yeah, it was a really excellent opening hand for Jack.
yeah.
So
And that is how it goes. Even for like a supposedly favored on the Maverick side of the matchup, it's like both of these decks just still have to play with the
Still a
7, play
grindy
off the
matchup,
top.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they still have to grind. Players still have to make correct decisions. So
Yep. Yeah,
it tends to be one of the more fun ways to play Legacy, in my opinion, is these types of matches.
I played.
It can also end up like that, where it's very lopsided.
Yeah, I played Maverick against Death and Taxes. It was Thomas on Death and Taxes in the MCQ, and I lost in 3. Even though Maverick is technically favored, just because
course.
he had some solid hands. And
Yeah.
it's hard to deal with like Double Vial.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah, a lot of people like to talk about matchups in terms of favorability and unfavorability, but like I truly like more trying to go for the accuracy of like of saying it's like a an 8 whatever, like an 8-2 or a 9-1 or 9-1 or a 5-5 or
And I think Death and Taxes is.
I think it's it's like a 45-55% matchup type of thing.
Yeah, and it's also you just see how strong Aether Vial is in the deck.
Oh,
you know?
totally.
I mean,
I mean, that's what Twindom in chat said. Turn one Vial one shocker. It's pretty true. Even like it's one of the reasons why people like what's it called, Knight of Autumn over Kasali Pride Mage. It's because like it used to feel really bad in Maverick, I think, to like Green Sun for a Kasali Pride Mage and blow it up to deal with a 1-mana artifact.
Mhm.
It was just such a huge investment that you didn't even get anything back for it, right?
Yeah.
Whereas with Knight of Autumn, you can just play it on turn 2 to blow up their Vial and still have a body after it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I watched. We had, I think it was three Death and Taxes players in the top 32 of the quarterly this weekend.
Oh, that's pretty
And
crazy.
I watched one of them, XJ Cloud.
Sure.
Big fan of XJ. He's a
Yeah,
great
I
player
watch him stream sometimes.
and a good streamer.
Yeah.
And a nice guy. And I just watching him pilot the deck, and Thomas and Volson finished pretty well as well. And it's well positioned right now.
Yeah.
And Aether Vial is such a good card.
Aether Vial's nuts.
And if it resolves, you're often just winning that game.
Absolutely,
Because you get so much extra value, and being able to mana deny while also putting in creatures is pretty insane.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, quite a bit of good stuff going on with that deck. I mean, both of the kind of wastelandy, all the wastelandy decks seem reasonably positioned, right? We have the 4-color loam deck. We have Maverick. We have Death and Taxes.
Yep, and Jack has another Vial in his hand and some more Wastelands.
Yeah.
So that's exactly where he wants to be.
Yeah, and Miranda does not want to be mulliganing in this matchup.
No, but she does get to be on the play,
Yep.
which is a plus.
Yeah, she can very potentially turn to Ren here and Wasteland as well or something, depending on how fragile Jack's opening.
This is
mana
why I don't know how Ren is in Maverick, but I think that's why Loam is the best Maverick deck in the format, because you get to play it on turn 1.
I agree. I think it's the best Ren deck for sure.
Yeah.
I love the idea of turn 1 Ren and 6.
Yeah.
I've having both executed it and just like having like
it's crazy how good it is.
It's super crazy. Yeah, it's super crazy. I've mulled the 5 and found turn 1 Ren and 6 and just completely
just
washed my opponent. Yeah. So totally wild.
All right, so Miranda playing a Mom.
It's a good start.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a very strong
I
start.
think the draw was a Plow, which is a timely draw for Jack. That's going to take Mom out.
So it goes in this matchup as well. Is that just a Karakas, or is that a weird another land from Jack? I feel like the name on that land is super long, and I don't recognize it at all.
That is, I believe, a Flagstones.
Oh, it is? It's just a weird Flagstone?
I think so.
Okay, I've never seen that version.
I think that's
with
what
the
that
new.
is.
It probably is. I can't imagine. I just haven't seen that version.
Yeah. There's a Stoneforge getting a Jit. Yeah, Flagstones is often played just because of Cataclysm in the board, being able to
have
little
that
bit
of a combo.
The drawback is it's bad against Back to Basics and Blood Moon, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, plus minus. Miranda is also playing a Stoneforge here, grabbing. Is that Truth and Justice?
Yeah, so she was trying that tonight for some fun as a pro white sword.
All right. I think that card is sweet.
She's also trying the, as you can see, the dual cycle land in this deck as a thing to cycle with Ren and 6.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fetchable, usable with Knight, which is pretty nice.
Yep.
So, still fetching the green-white, not fetching the Rin mana,
So
and that's
Jack,
just going to get wastelanded.
Jack gets to waste here and also port, or he's going to
Yikes.
put in his Jit rather than port.
Okay.
So he
Looks
gets
like
to
he's-
connect
yeah.
first. Miranda does have a plow, but she's again stuck on mana.
Yeah.
So Jack's pretty far ahead here.
Yeah, this is pretty
he's
far
going to
ahead
go for
indeed.
the equip, but Miranda has the plow. Yep. I think Jack's fine with that. Still very much ahead here.
Yeah.
Miranda is going to play a Dryad Arbor and a Mom and pass. She knows she's behind.
Yeah, this is a really rough one to recover from. This,
Yeah,
in fact, we
yeah.
might have even, we might be set up with another bad short match tonight.
Yeah.
We'll see. Miranda can still certainly top deck her way out of this.
It's possible. If the Mom untaps, that's a plus.
I mean, it's not like Jack's operating with an Aether Vial.
Right.
So they certainly.
I would assume Jack's going to go ahead and use the waste on Dryad Arbor here. But
yeah,
we'll see.
I
We'll
would
see.
think. But maybe he has other plans. There's
Also,
there's
I think he's got a
Phyrexian
Palace
Revoker.
Jailer in his hand, maybe? I saw that. I'm not sure. But
maybe between
see.
those two Flicker Wisps. Yeah.
Seeing what he wants to do here. Interesting that he kept Thalia in the matchup. I don't think that's a card you really want against Maverick, but some
Sometimes
people
you
leave
just
it in.
sometimes you just like I don't know. I also would put them out.
He's going to, but nonetheless, he's going to play a Thalia and revoke the Mom here and then pass.
Yeah, and now
Just
Miranda
developing his
left
board.
with
Miranda does get to untap with that Arbor mana, though, because Jack didn't wasteland. but
Yeah,
that's
she's
it.
just gonna scoop him up.
She sees how far behind she is with Jack having an active Jit, and
Yeah.
that's going to be the game.
Yeah, it wasn't a jailer. It was a revoker.
Okay.
Just the
Well, my bad.
lighting kind of made it look weird. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be some quick ones for Jack Kelly there.
Yeah.
Too bad as far as
Miranda's hands just weren't there, and
Mhm.
Jack had the hands to punish her.
That's
for
how it goes. Yeah.
Keeping landlight hands.
Yep.
And often I find, I've played a lot of Maverick lately, and I find that it's really your mana is the weakest part of the deck.
I
Like,
agree,
you're
yeah.
a 2-color deck often, maybe 3 colors, but it's such a mana hungry deck.
Yep.
When your opponents take you off hierarchs and your duels, and you get behind, and you don't have a brainstorm or a card draw engine to recover, so
Yep.
you're just like sitting there dead.
Yep.
In the water.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the drawback to playing the deck.
Yeah, it doesn't have a busted card to it. Like even Death and Taxes is a supposedly fair deck, right? But it plays Aether Vial. So the games where it plays gets to resolve with an Aether Vial, like those aren't fair Magic games. That's not how that works. And Maverick doesn't really have anything like that. They get to play more powerful cards, card for card, than Death and Taxes.
Yep.
But they don't get to cheat on anything.
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
Like, they get to wasteland you. They get to activate Knight of the Reliquary, but they don't get extra mana.
I find that interesting that Jack elected to take out Palace Jailer and leave in Thalia, but that's
The sword is actually pretty interesting. The idea that you could just tick up their vial beyond usability is kind of cute. I like that.
yeah. It also just gives pro white, right?
Right.
So
No, I mean that's the
thing.
main part.
Yeah.
Like, you put a counter on your person, and then like maybe tick their vial up to 5 or 4, so it shuts off most of their creatures, and then 5, so it shuts off everything.
Yeah.
Maverick has a natural predator in itself. I agree.
He's also playing a Thalia Heretic Cathar, which is
Hard
interesting.
to house.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
neat. There's some flex slots in D&T right now.
I think if you're playing a fucking or a freaking ancient tune, it's worth messing around with.
I think the card's okay. I'm currently there's a couple flex slots in D&T. I'm currently on Brimaz because it's excellent versus Delver.
I love Brimaz.
And then Brightling.
Yep.
Because it's also excellent versus Delver and Miracles.
I was talking to Bill Lee, who almost made top 8 of the MCQ this weekend and is qualified for the Legacy Preservation Series coming up, and he played that same split.
Nice.
Yeah.
I also know XJ Cloud was on Hallowed Spirit Keeper over the Brightling.
I
That's
like that
another
card a lot, yeah.
I think there's a lot of flexibility. You could still play Sarah Avenger. You could play Tomic. There's a lot of flex slots going around in D&T.
The reason I wouldn't like
swap
Spirit
around.
Keeper right now is that I think actually Rest in Peace is really good right now.
Yeah.
And so Spirit Keeper is kind of a nombo there.
Right. But are you ever
Um,
going to see Rest in Peace be boarded in against Death and Taxes, though?
Oh no, I mean like when you bring in your own, and
Your own
maybe
DT.
maybe
Sure,
it's
sure,
just
sure.
maybe it's fine. Maybe you're fine
Yeah.
with that. Maybe you're fine with
Yeah.
just
Well,
having
it's
the 3/2.
it's also a horrendous card in the mirror, right?
Sure. Yeah,
And
yeah,
against
absolutely.
any like Maverick, any white deck, it's really
not
bad.
great against the Swords of Plowshares.
But when you're talking about playing against Grixis Control or Bolt decks, it's excellent.
Yep.
So, it's kind of just like a meta call, really, what you want to be playing in those slots.
I'm gonna step up and see while we have 30 minutes still.
Yeah.
See if anyone we can get to replace.
And it looks like maybe the players are going over some sideboarding here. Jack just asking Miranda about what she would have done differently. Looking like she's suggesting you take out all the Thalias, which I think is correct. I definitely like that plan a lot more. You should be taking out Thalias, Prelate, maybe a Caracas. Looks like Jack's list is fairly stock here. Yeah, I think Death and Taxes is really favored right now in the meta just because of how much Delver there is. And I don't think people have really adapted to beat it yet because a lot of people just don't take the deck seriously enough. People think it's silly. I know a lot of non-D&T players are like, it's just a bad deck. And I think you have to consider it a tier 1 deck in this meta right now, and you have to be prepared for it. Because it is very good when Delver's everywhere. And I think there's enough flex slots in Death and Taxes to where you can have game against a lot of things in the format if you want, and you can kind of mix and match and pick what you want to play. Yeah, I agree, Scary. I think that's really generally how things go with Legacy. You're going to see some things switch around, I'm sure, and Delver fall out, and then Death and Taxes falls out a bit. And that's still kind of the revolving cycle we've become accustomed to with the format, but with a bunch of new cards.
Alright, I don't have my headset on, so I think they can only hear me through Connor's mic.
Yeah, looks like we are getting a backup match here. We have, ooh, nice. We got Ryan on my namesake for color loam, and then Eric on Jund loam. So we got a loam-ish mirror.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Very interesting.
I think this is what people in chat wanted to see, right? We got all sorts of Ren in this matchup. Ren on Ren action.
Yeah, so sweet. Okay, so I do know that Ryan is up here.
Cool.
Yeah. See.
Curious to see what kind of list he's playing. For people that don't know in Twitch, I am also Lomer Boy on Twitch, and I stream Loam, and I've been playing Loam for a long time. It is my favorite deck. It is the deck I play when I want to win tournaments. It is a deck I know inside and out. So it's very exciting to see more people picking it up, and I tend to be a very involved member of that community with helping people as far as matchup guides and things. So I'm glad to see we have a couple other people on it in Seattle besides myself. And I have often, when I get to be here, I've been casting as of late because I love this community and just think casting is a lot of fun. So it's interesting for me to like watch this matchup and watch other lone players because it's a deck that I've sort of played a lot. And we'll kind of I'll be curious to see this one because I would love to see the differences between Eric's build of looks like a brew of some kind, some Jundy list, and Ryan's build of Loam. See if Ryan is on the list I'm on or something different. But regardless, we know both these players will be on Ren's aplenty, among other things.
Yeah, totally.
Life from the Loam's aplenty. Chop, chop, chop.
All right. I'm excited to see this deck on the left. I do think this is our Jund kind of Nick Fit one, right?
Yeah, Jund Fit.
I'm gonna start on Jund Nick Fit. We'll adjust
We'll see if
accordingly.
he's playing some Vet Explorers, because that is the Nick Fit staple card.
Ooh, some Cascade triggers. Maybe that new crazy one.
That'd be dope.
The Cascade Retrace.
Yep.
That's kind of
Has Ryan been on Loam? Is he new Loam?
I don't know this person at all. I think
Okay.
he's a newer to the Monday
scene?
night scene.
All right.
So he may be a practice player who's just showing up. He may be a newer player who just picked up the deck.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find
I can
out.
often tell by someone's play, so
Yeah, for sure.
we'll see.
I do know that the deck is, I think, due in no small part to individuals such as yourselves, picked up some notoriety lately just for being a Chalice deck that is strong in the format. And honestly, the biggest thing is that like it's one of the decks where Ren and 6. Like you want to play Ren and 6, play this deck.
Well, I mean, it's also another deck like Death and Taxes, where if Delver's around a lot in the meta, then it's quite well positioned.
Yeah,
Whereas
absolutely.
if decks like Sneak and Show are around, then it's less well positioned.
Yeah.
So. Looks like Eric's playing a Mountain. I see that. So that's a card. Potentially could signal Nick Fit if he's got basic.
No, I think it might even be like Scape Shift.
Ooh,
I hope.
Spice.
I think
Looks like Ryan's going to throw his hand back. Eric might be keeping.
Must
here.
not look very good.
Eric will be on the play.
Yeah.
As we know, both of us play Loam, and we know that this is a deck that mulligans quite well. You can go down to 6 and 5 and still have some pretty keepable hands.
Yep. In previous rounds, we actually had a pretty slow start to the first round. I think we had about 20 minutes of non-Magic playing time, but we had, we had a Tom Lynch on a weird trolley blue-green post deck lose to Pauper Ishburn, and then after that we had Patrick Daly on Days Undoing Miracles beat Jeff Schofield on, I don't even remember because he didn't get to play Magic. Depths. Yeah. So they were very lopsided games.
This is our backup match for this round, and previously we had D&T beat out Ren Maverick 2-0.
Yep. And so Ryan's going to keep this 6. Looks like it's pretty good to him.
Eric's a Forest.
Yeah, Forest pass.
Ryan plays a Fetch, which is often the lead for the deck. We don't have Mox.
I really like the look of Eric's deck here. He's got some nice arts picked out for his lands. He's got very simple art.
It looks like it is
cards.
A Scape Shift style Nick Fit
this
deck.
Is looking to be a Scape Shift style Nick Fit deck, which is pretty cool.
Because we have a Tribe Elder here.
Yeah, Sakura Tribe Elder, quite good.
Ryan's going to fetch something. Looks like he's cycling Thicket because I saw a Thicket in his hand.
Yeah, I think so.
Which makes sense.
Pretty decent.
Yeah.
Pretty decent way to get through this mulligan
card. Yeah. Cycle. Ryan, as you saw, also had a Wasteland in his hand, which is not the best card in this matchup. But
right.
Ryan draws for the turn. We'll see what he does. He's going to play a Badlands. Could be a Ren and 6 here. Could be something else.
I think it's a Dark Confidant in hand.
Could be a Bobby. It is a Bobby.
I do also, one of the reasons I enjoy playing this deck is I just like playing Dark Confidant in Legacy.
Yeah. It's the best Dark Confidant deck.
I mean,
by a mile.
Well, yeah, it's kind of the only one.
Yeah.
Assassin's Trophy and Punishing Fire in hand for Eric. Not sure if he has much else to do with his lands right now.
He's going to blow up that Bob, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, why would you not? You gotta take care of the Bob. Eric's going to swing in for 1.
Yep. All right, fetch land, the draw for Ryan.
He'll go ahead and fetch. This could be a Lily. It could be a Knight. Could be a something else.
I mean, yeah, there's quite a few options here.
Could be a Vindicate.
I do see a Vindicate scrolled by in the deck. Let's see. All right, Scrubland comes up for Ryan. Tripped black on the battlefield.
All the colors of mana. I'm assuming that Ryan just assumes there's no Blood Moon, so why fetch basics?
I think so, yeah.
That's a Knight.
Needed to fetch white anyway.
That Knight is a 5/5,
yeah.
So it's a big Knight. Eric's going to go ahead and sack here EOT to get an extra land on his next turn.
Yep, and Eric does have an Assassin's Trophy to deal with this Knight at present, so...
Okay, that's going to give Ryan a Forest.
Yep.
But
I don't think it's going to...
I think that also might be why Ryan is smartly not fetching his Forest, because he knows that Nick Fit plays a lot of trophies.
He's probably run into it in the game 1 or something like that.
Yeah.
And the deck definitely leans on a card like Trophy to deal with certain permanents.
I think Nick Fit is by far and away the best Trophy deck.
Yeah, it just doesn't care about giving its opponent lands, right? Yeah. That's the whole point. All right, what's the draw there? Oh, yeah, sneak attack? Sure.
Why not? Heyo.
What? Sure.
Sneak shift?
I guess. I don't know why we have sneak attack and
Something
Sakura
else.
Tribe Elder in the same deck, but I'm liking it. I'm digging it.
It's a hotness. Eric with his little brew here.
This is kind of cool.
Crazy
This is
stuff.
like Sneak and Show Nick Fit, I guess.
That's a trophy on your night. Ryan's going to find a forest.
Yeah, forest found. But now Eric stuck in hand with what looks like 2 sneaks and nothing to do. Nothing to do with them.
Yeah, sneaks and a fetch. So Eric's on a lot of nothing, which is often the problem with Nick Fit. Yeah, is sometimes you draw nothing because your deck is a lot of basic lands. So Ryan draw for the turn. He's got lots of mana, 5 now. We'll see what he gets on the table.
Yeah, all the lands.
Yep. Trying to make sure he taps correctly, which is a challenge with this deck for newer players. That's a Scooz. And that's a ship.
Yeah.
Turn.
I think Scooz is pretty nice here, right? It's going to be able to shut off some of the Nick Fit effects, right? Can it can
I
snipe.
do not believe that it gets, like, if a Vet Explorer hits the yard, it still triggers.
Right, but it can snipe. I guess it's better against the version with Rectors because it can snipe the Rectors.
Yeah.
Can't snipe the Explorer.
No.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's a beater that can grow with a Knight in the yard there.
Yeah.
And a Tribe Elder.
Yeah.
Eric has 2 sneak attacks, so if he draws a fatty,
Yeah, I mean,
he's got enough mana to
he can just slam it and activate it.
Put the there it is.
He just hardcast that, I think, right?
Yeah,
If he makes a land drop this turn.
yeah. He's like,
Maybe
oh,
he
do I
doesn't
do
have
that?
a land drop this turn. Yeah. But he can. That certainly deals with the Scooz.
Yeah,
yeah, he
It
does.
is a land drop.
Oh yeah. Why wouldn't you just hardcast this guy?
Well, we'll find out.
Huh.
Maybe he's just thinking about it. Scooz, I think he's trying to see if Scooz has enough to get to a 4/4. Because doesn't Titan just deal 3? It's 3 when it enters and 3 when it attacks.
Yeah.
Oh, we have
Audio
audio
issues.
issues apparently.
If you could let us know if that's still happening,
Yeah.
I will alert our stream person to try and listen in.
Yeah.
We don't get that static in our headphones, which does not mean the stream isn't getting static.
Oh, it might be too close to the mic. Is this better? Is it me?
Possibly.
Let me know if that's better.
Yeah. Without, I do know there's some background noise. That is
Yeah.
mostly just due to the
it's both of us.
games being played. All right, yeah, Connor adjusted his mic, so it sounds pretty good. Thanks for the check,
cool,
y'all.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, I think we have different input in our ears than it gets out there.
Yeah,
to the
we can't
stream.
hear it, so it's good to have the feedback. That's an Infernal Titan. He's just going to cast it. If he deals 3 to the Scooz, Ryan can grow it to a 4/4, I believe.
Yeah,
He's just going to go face.
I guess that's the idea. Try to nullify the what the Scooz is going to be able to do. Because realistically, it's not eating that many creatures yet.
Yeah, but it's still... Ryan's got to deal with a 6/6 that doesn't die to a lot of Loam's removal, so
Right.
he's going to need to find a Lily or a Vindicate or some other...
Okay, Ryan going to eat his own.
Oh, he's got a Bob in there, too, so Scooz gets to a 5/5, I believe. Oh, it's Fire Breathing, yep.
Yep. Yeah, that's the bonus on that guy. I think that's another Knight, which is a pretty solid pickup for Ryan.
That is a solid pickup. Should be able to outgrow this Titan at some point.
Right.
There's a Wasteland.
That's
Potential waste myself play.
Wasteland against my opponent's 6 basic lands.
He's passing. So
Yeah, maybe that wasn't a Knight. Did I misspot that?
it's possible.
Or maybe he just wants to keep up all of his green mana?
I don't know. I would certainly play out the Knight if he has one.
yeah.
You definitely want that on the table.
I guess, I can't tell what card that is anymore if it's not a Knight.
Well, there's a Titan getting in with attack trigger, and then 6. He's debating a block. Looks like he is going to block.
I wish I had Fire Breathing. Ha 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 ha. All right, there's a Punishing Fire.
Block push P fire.
That might have been the card that I saw then.
Yep.
Perhaps just some glare on that one, making it look. Yeah, we're just both verifying numbers here. That looks like a Volrath stronghold. Yikes.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
that is a draw. And now Scooz is gone.
Right, and we're just going to put that right back on top of
Yeah.
our library.
Yup.
Yikes. Pretty good for Ryan. Yep, and he knows about the Wasteland. He says, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Activate it. Make you activate your waste in response. Could have played out Sneak there,
Yeah.
as Andy points out, but decided to just bluff some cards instead, I
Well,
suppose.
there's a life from the loam.
Oh, sure. That's a
gonna-
cool art. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, it's box top. No, it's not box topper.
But it's the art, the new art.
The
Yeah.
last modern set.
Modern ones, yeah.
So we'll get back a thicket, a couple of fetches. Probably see him cycle for something here.
Sure.
Cycling, draws. Yep, needs to find an answer for that Titan.
Yeah. Dark Confidant not going to do it. Not too many other good options here either for Ryan, I guess.
Yeah, but you definitely play out the. Well, if you play out the Bob, it just dies to Titan.
Exactly, yeah.
Ryan sees that, and he's just going to pass.
Here comes another big Titan. 3 to the dome on Ryan.
Ryan to 10.
Yeah.
Although, Ryan took care of Stronghold, and Eric's hand is 2 sneak attacks.
Right, so
if
it's-
Ryan finds another answer to this Titan, he's in a good spot.
Right. He might be able to stabilize.
Oh, that's a good point, Andy. Yeah, play out sneak, haste it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
12
yeah,
U,
of course.
12 U plus fire breathing.
Yeah, absolutely. No, good point. Definitely one of the reasons to kind of, I guess you just must think that,
So Ryan going to dredge Loam here, which ended up being good because he dredged 3 lands.
yeah, and he did find a Grove
Cast
too,
it.
which he does have
Yeah.
a Punishing Fire in the
He
yard.
found a Grove. He also is going to be able to cycle that thicket for an extra draw this turn,
Yep,
which is nice.
yep,
He still needs to find an answer to this Titan somewhere
yeah, and that's Here Comes Thicket.
for the draw for turn. Yep, this seems correct. Finds another land off the thicket, which is sometimes what happens when you play 27.
Yep, absolutely.
Plays out the Grove.
But I don't think he
believe
has
he's
anything to stop
just
him from dying.
dead,
Yeah,
right?
I don't think. I think we just attack here and no Green Sun.
Yeah, he's going to scoop it.
Yep. All right, so that'll be a little tie game for us, which means a nice game 3.
Yeah, I couldn't find an answer to that second Titan. I wonder, I guess is a world where you think about Stronghold and you try to keep your Scoos alive.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, maybe you had to take care of the first one, right? So it's a tough choice, tough place to be in.
Yeah, absolutely. Could get Empath. Yeah, we might have an Empath in this Nick Fit deck. I have no idea. Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna be in game 3 for these two. I like watching decks like these on our Monday night streams. You just gotta watch some fun, honest, whatever you want to call it. Like
Yeah.
land ramp
Can we
plus
change this to...
green magic. Oh yeah, sure. Sneak Fit. Yeah, well, that's right. John Sneak Fit, the latest legacy tech, the hottest legacy tech that there is in all the land.
Yeah, you can Green Sun Empath and sneak in the fatty. That's probably the idea.
Perfect. Rug Sneak and Show is getting brewed. That was actually around like 2 years. That's tight.
Had no idea.
I mean, it makes sense. Like when those cards were fresh, people experimenting with them.
I died to Fierce Empath this past weekend.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Brutal.
Food chain, yeah.
Yeah. I got
Old
food chain
old
twice.
food chain, yeah. Got the new and the old.
Hey, Eric. Ryan's going to be on the play for Game 3, most likely. That's a Mox Diamond and lands, so we'll probably keep that. Usually you're going to keep a turn 1 Mox hand if you have something to put in. not sure what's going on with the hand gestures there, but
Players deciding on some stuff.
they both keep. Ryan's gonna Mox pitch something. The Mox Diamond in Loam is like the Aether Vial in Depth Texas.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is the engine of the deck.
Yep. It's one you like to have in your opening hand.
Yeah.
It is, presumably not card disadvantage. At some point in the game, you will recoup your value. Though in certain matches, it.
It also accelerates everything you're doing by
Yes,
turn,
it
which
does.
is why it's so good.
Yep, that's the payoff. That's why you got to pitch a land for it.
Yep, there is a Loam.
But hey, there it is, a free Mox Diamond.
Yep. That's a surgical on
And there
life
they
from
go.
Loam.
Yeah.
I think Ryan's fine with that one.
That seems okay. Yeah, you got a little bit of value out of it already, and
That looks like a
Knight of the Reliquary. I think a blast zone.
zone. Yeah, a Barrenmore, a fetch, and a waste.
So another draw.
So Ryan's going to get to go turn 2 Knight, which is solid. And if he gets to untap, he'll get to start growing his Knight.
Yeah.
Getting some utility lands down. He has a Barrenmore to cycle. Looks like the standard build to me. Potentially the build I've posted, because I saw double Vindicate in there on Ryan's end.
Yeah. Probably pretty similar.
Yep.
Looks like, just looking through the deck.
I'm still on the same build. Still treating me well, so I don't have any reason to change it.
Oh, sounds good. All right. Well, Eric has neutered one of Ryan's engines, though he knows he still has to deal with the turn 2 Knight of the Reliquary next turn.
Yeah, and he hasn't even played a land yet. But he does have Green Sun for Dryad Arbor.
Yep.
And a Cabal Therapy. He's not going to use the Green Sun there. I mean, he may not be playing Dryad Arbor. I don't know. I have no idea what the list is.
I mean, if you're a Nick Fit list, you kind of want a Green Sun for 1, so you can try to get your engine going.
Looks like an
Veteran
Emrakul,
Explorer.
a Cabal Therapy. Yeah, he'll probably Green Sun for Veteran and then Therapy it.
Yeah.
That would be my assumption.
Yep.
Ryan's probably going to jam the Knight here unless he drew something else. Is that a pass?
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Why
he
would
he must have drawn something, right?
I don't know why you wouldn't play your Knight there.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you could keep up Barrenmore, but you probably just want to get Knight down.
I know, that's what I'm wondering. I guess he might be trying to cycle.
Yeah.
But we're going to see Eric probably just go get a Veteran Explorer here.
Interesting. I'm not... He wants it to be more than a 2... Well, I mean, he has a fetch land, right?
Right.
So that's a 3/3.
Yeah, we're not sure. We're all just
don't
brain tanking it right here.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what may be going on.
The deck's hard, right? He wants to cycle, which I can see, but...
I think he just cycled into the land that looks just like it. The Cabal Pit.
Yeah. Now he gets to draw.
Wow, more lands.
Eric's passed.
Yep.
Well, he maybe he wants to play around. I don't know what he's doing. Honestly, I don't know. He's gonna waste the
grove,
yeah,
and
sure.
then probably fetch. And
Now
slam
he's gonna play a
Knight.
Knight. Yeah. Okay.
That's fine, I guess.
Well, he grew the Knight. I guess maybe he was thinking he wanted it bigger than a 3/3 to get around like a bolt effect of some kind, or an abrade maybe.
Potentially, yeah. Potentially trying to play around just those types of things, I guess. Oh, I don't know. A little slow.
We'll see.
Eric has 5 mana next turn. If he has is that the Phyrexian Tower in hand that lets him sack?
Yeah.
So you could get 3 mana off of the Veteran Explorer, or 4 mana off of the Veteran Explorer.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do with it. He's got an Ewit. That's a card. He's got a green... No, he used the Green Sun. He has a Titan, an Emrakul, an Ewit, a Phyrexian Tower, a Cabal Therapy, and one other card.
Got it. Well, here comes the tower.
Yeah, Ryan wasting him off that land means he doesn't get to Titan, so that's unfortunate for Eric.
Yeah. I think he's just trying to figure out what he wants to do here.
God, that card's so good in Nick Fit decks.
Sacrifice a creature to produce double black.
Exactly what you want to be doing.
So he says, I'm going to sacrifice this creature. It's going to let me go search. He's probably going to go get one forest, one mountain, perhaps.
Yep, and he's got 2 black floating.
Yeah, because he already has black with the tower. But we'll see how he wants to actually shore up his basics down here.
Amiri's Guile at the bottom of that deck. What else is in his deck here? Abrupt Decay.
Yeah, you went back the vet is what I think he might be going for as well. Lets you play the vet out again as well.
Yeah, I think that seems like a very good line to me.
Yeah. Very solid.
And don't you still have the black floating if you do that?
Oh, yeah, and then you can
You
Cabal.
Cabal Therapy and get 2 more lands.
So, yeah, you can Ewit and then get...
He's got 2 black floating.
Yeah.
So black, green,
Yep.
black, 1 floating, play out a vet, therapy
So
it.
I don't think he has enough to play out the vet and therapy. I think you play out the Ewit, and then you get the vet back, and then you use the remaining black for Cabal therapy.
Yep.
Oh no, because he has 5 total. Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah,
Never mind.
That works.
5 total is going to do it.
Instead, he's playing
we're
out
going to
an
do that.
Ashiok.
Yeah, Ashiok Dream Render.
That shuts off night, doesn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Search mode gone.
Yeah. This card has been popping up a little bit.
It's a little cute rather than developing Eric's board, but it does stop the night search, so that's something. Although Ryan can't Ryan just attack into it?
If this is not our card picker, lol.
Yeah, he may not have. Eric may not have seen that Ewit line.
Oh, what happened? Check it out.
Oh, because Ashiok exiles the graveyard too.
Yes.
So Knight can't kill it.
Yes.
But Ryan deploys a maze, and he's able to untap Knight, although he can't search with it.
Not a
Now
lot.
he'll Keyfire the Ashiok, so he gets the search activation back.
Wow.
We'll see if he grabs a Wasteland for the tower. Nope. not gonna
Yeah.
do that. Okay.
Might wanted to just deal with that right then.
Certainly would have been a thing I would have done there.
Probably one more activation.
Although I guess you could technically just do it on the stack of whatever Eric,
Whatever he
creature
casts.
Eric
Sure.
casts.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
It's a Taiga from Eric, electing to go with the duel over the basic. I guess he has to fetch a duel for red since that was a burden.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Eric can just Ewit the tower back if
Sure.
if Ryan blows it up, but Ryan doesn't know about Ewit. He gets Ashiok back.
Wow.
This is an interesting plan from Eric.
I mean, he can recast Ashiok right now if he wants. Oh, or not.
Nope. Not. It's an interesting. I'm not sure what Eric's going for here, but
Right.
Ryan's gonna search here at the end of Eric's turn. Andy, I'm 100% with you on that one.
Yeah.
You have like a Titan in your hand. You should be focusing on that, not Ashiok. But
Yeah.
Ryan's gonna go ahead and grab Grow for his Punishing Fire, which is reasonable. Electing to do that rather than wasting Eric's 2 wastable lands.
Oh, only 2 minutes left in the round as well. These players are gonna get pretty close to time.
Yeah. Ryan's gonna just swing in with Knight and untap with Maze.
Yep.
Play out a Taiga.
Reasonable.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened. I'm not sure why Ryan isn't wastelanding Eric here, but he's gonna kill the Ewit.
Okay.
And get back his Punishing Fire right away.
Okay.
We'll see if he grabs Wasteland, or if he's just gonna let Eric have the mana. Nope. Ryan electing to just keep Knight up.
Yeah, I guess so. Ah, Muri's Guile.
Yep. Eric does not have the mana now to cast Ashiok.
Yeah.
Eric is dead.
Eric may not have a lot of moves left.
Well, Eric would be deader if Ryan were wasting him.
Yeah, probably true. Cabal Therapy is going to come down here. See what the name is.
Boss Therapy with no creature on the table is a win for Ryan.
Oh yeah.
It's going to name Punishing Fire? Interesting. Ryan elects to not use Night to search at the end of Eric's turn there. Yeah, Andy, I certainly agree with your line.
Yeah, he's got a lot of cards that are just sitting in hand.
There's a Blast Zone.
It's a little too bad, right?
Yeah, I mean, it could be. We could have a couple players who are new at their decks. That's a possibility.
Yeah. Or matchup wise,
Sure,
trying to think
yeah.
about different lines in the maybe different ways.
Yeah, they could definitely be trying to play fast.
Also true. Also
yeah,
true.
I certainly do that a lot.
Yeah.
Ryan's going to blow up the Guile, which is makes sense. He's going to get in, maze the Knight, I assume. Yep. Just went to time.
Yeah, we just hit time. Our clock's a little bit behind, but it's about the same.
Yep.
These players will get like a minor extension also. Probably like a minute maybe for moving. Yeah, but not a huge one.
Ryan now sacking for a Bayou. I'm assuming he floated something. What is he doing? Casting a Lily.
Okay.
Tick that up. And that's an Emrakul Shuffle trigger. Yeah, I mean, I'm certainly one, when I play Loam, I tend to be pretty aggressive with my Wastelands if I have the opportunity to be, but that's just my play style.
Yeah.
Andy, that's a great point. He could have cited out some number of Wastelands because of all the basics. That's true.
Yeah.
That's a Titan. So now Eric gets to tighten up some lands. I wonder how big the Knight is here. Titan's just going to die to this Liliana, though. Although he does get... The lands come in tapped. Does not have Bog, it doesn't look like. Eric's just going to lose this Titan.
Yeah, it's too bad. Nothing too great to even get here.
Yeah, I think he's probably just ramping in hopes of finding a big threat the next turn.
Yeah. This is a pretty protracted ending, but
Yeah,
with
Ryan should
Graveyard's
just
back online.
Ryan should just sack the Titan. Yep, get in with Knight. Maybe play a second Knight.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 6/6.
Untap with Maze.
Yeah, I think that's going to be game.
This looks like it's it. Well, we don't know. I mean, Eric, I'm sure, has like a live Ugin on the top.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Something crazy
potential.
like that, yeah. Oh, going to get an activation, too.
Yep.
Probably going.
There's the Wasteland.
Finally for the Wasteland.
Finally choosing to waste
wasting
a tower.
a different
Oh,
tower.
no, that's a Stronghold.
Yeah. Wow, those cards are so similar looking, too.
Interesting.
Well, wasting a stronghold over a tower makes sense.
Yeah, but you wouldn't even have to worry about it at this point if, if he had wasted
Oh,
previously.
yeah.
Right? I also like getting Taiga, Andy.
Oh, is that the only red source?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure. I didn't even realize. Yeah, that's the case. Oh, he has a mountain. It was just over by the graveyard. Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. He did have a mountain.
But if you know about sneak attack,
Yeah, you
Andy,
can't- you
Andy
need
makes a
two
good
red,
point. Yeah, Andy still makes a good point.
That looks like a Vraska for the turn for Eric, which isn't going to do it. I mean, he's going to be able to blow up a knight here potentially. Maybe get another turn. I don't know how big the knight is.
Yeah, I have no clue. All right. Oh, Brasco Golgari Queen.
Yeah,
Okay, well, again,
a card I've played before.
yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Blowing up a knight there.
And yeah, scoops to concession.
Yeah. All right. So Ryan takes us 1-3 on Force Elome
Yeah.
over Eric on Jund Sneak Fit.
Hey, everybody. We're back. Yeah, we're back. Thank you guys so much for watching. That was round dose. Got 2 more rounds left.
Yep.
Pretty excited for all of the legacy. I'm just getting a little bit hit by the Monday night lights. I don't know about you. Had a busy day, but we're just in a very interesting. There's a lot to absorb right now. I just want to cast more Ren and Sixes. That's what I want to do right now.
Well, we got the option to do that now. There's a lot of them in our list right now, presumably.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that I just want to get some reps in on this format. I'm very excited for the pending 1K. I'm excited for the Legacy Preservation Series Invitational.
You know who we should get on camera at some point?
What's up? Oh. Yeah. What's up? I was just talking about some logistics crap. No worries on our end. All right, so now we should be pretty close to the next round.
You know what we should get? We should get Chris on with his
I would love to, yeah.
4C run.
Yeah, we'll see where he's at for the night. I think that'd be great. Yeah, I did pretty good in side events this weekend.
You did.
Yeah,
Better success than I.
had a box, Modern Horizons box at the end of it, so that was nice. Any Tundras tonight? Not a ton, Sam. I'll be honest.
We did have Patrick Daly.
Yeah, we had
Undoing
we did. Yeah, we had Days Undoing Miracles
We've
first.
got a couple Miracles players in the room, actually.
Yeah.
At least 2. We could also get Chris on Rug Delver if you wanted to see more Ren, presumably.
Yep. We're just waiting to see, though. Players are gathering around. A lot of people were buying up those giant cards this weekend, man. Those are like the new hotness at GPs. It's like everybody just wants to buy giant cards.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's, some bit of something like a secondary market for those. All right, what do we got?
So we could get... No, that's probably not. Where's Chris? Chris is versus Zach.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Doomsday versus Four
That's like a pair down match, too.
We could get Milan and Mike.
Yeah, that's probably a pretty good match. Honestly, I would be down with just table 1. Chris Williams versus Thomas.
Rug Delver and Death and Taxes?
Yeah, that's a classic match. I didn't know Williams was on Rug Delver. I'd be interested in watching that.
All right. Yeah.
And then our other option is like what, Burn versus what's yeah. Let's do table 1. If they're into it, yeah. Chris Williams and Thomas Cornett are both pretty standard players in our scene. Thomas just now getting into playing Legacy a little bit more. I think he's played it a lot in the past, but just more of they're a no-show. Okay, in that case, let's go for Milan and Mike. Yeah, table 8. Yeah. And what is Mike Kiesel on tonight? Painter, I'd imagine. Affinity question mark. Okay, so probably his typical Steel Stompy.
Yeah. We have Steel Stompy versus what is Milan on?
Oh, is Mike on Bomberman? Do we have the good? Do we have the goods? Okay.
Grixis.
All right,
Milan is
that
on
sounds cool.
Grixis.
That sounds cool. I'm into it.
Should be a good one. These are two very solid players. Is Mike on Bomberman?
That's what the chat said. That's what that's what our inside info in the chat says.
Bomberman!
Adam in the chat.
That's hype.
Yeah. Eternal Weekend is Halloween. So true.
I've not seen a blue deck play against Bomberman yet. I don't know how that goes.
Yeah, I don't really know either. It would be interesting.
I think Milan's on like Grixis, Arcanist, mid-rangey, control-y, whatever. Not Delver, but I'm not sure.
I'm going to assume they're setting up. Let's take it down to the booth and see. Yeah, here we go. We do want to switch these player names. And we'll switch these deck lists as well.
XJ Cloud with the host. I was just
Oh,
talking
right
about
on.
you
Very
earlier.
cool of him to host.
Thank you for hosting
Big ups
us,
to XJ Cloud, yeah.
Yeah. Just discussing your top 8 this past weekend earlier in the stream.
Bill, welcome to the chat. Mike and I both lost one innings in the 5th round of the MCQ. I heard about that. It is not fun. We did have Patrick take it down, which is cool. And, yeah, a couple other locals in the top 8. But I was rooting for you, Bill. Death and taxes for life. Excited to see Mike play Bomberman if that's what he's on. Which I trust that
Yeah,
he is.
Bill, I was playing next to you at one point. I believe I was getting stomped, but I was watching you.
Yeah, I might sleep up DNT for the 1K this weekend. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I think I just got to go with Old Faithful.
I think you should. Yeah, for sure. I don't have the skills with that deck quite yet. I still have to think too much. 8 beats the previous roll, I think, for Milan. He's probably going to end up going first on Grixis Control. It'll be an interesting one to see how this plays out.
Yeah, I was watching that.
We had a lot of good local representation. I mean, we always do when it comes
Yeah.
to Legacy up here, but it's just refreshing to kind of walk around the side events, the GP, and see all of the familiar faces that you still see in
Yeah,
our weeklies.
yeah. The Lance D&T matchup is so much closer for D&T than it was like literally a month ago because of Force of Vigor.
Yep.
And Ren. And Blast Zone.
And Blast Zone. Yeah, no, I mean, D&T got hit pretty hard.
Yeah,
by a
they're
lot
still
of these,
fighting through it because Delver's around, right?
Yeah,
So-
and Rest in Peace is very good against lands,
Very good.
So yeah, they
As
still have
is
access to
Surgical,
good. Yeah, they still have access to good hate cards and such.
Yeah.
It really
and,
is.
and you still have like the classics of like Sanctum Prelate on 2.
Yeah.
Like other
Yeah,
lands type hate.
Jedi versus droids. I like it.
Arkin in the house. What's up? Arkin top forward this past weekend.
Yeah.
With some Hogak Dredge, so welcome in.
Wow. Oh yeah, that was Dredge with Hogak. Yes, I saw
Yep.
that. Okay, now I
Yep.
remember. Now I thought you meant he.
I believe Arkin Exo'd the semis.
I thought you meant that he was playing more of the Zombardment variant, but
No,
I did
it
see
was
the Dredge list.
Dredge with 1 Hogak.
One Hogak. Okay, word. Yeah, welcome all. Thank you guys for tuning in. We love having all these Twitch folks coming into our paper legacy tournaments on here.
2 Blast Zone and no Barbering. Yeah, you got to play that Barbering, man. It's the only out to Prelate.
Oh wow, no, cutting Barbering seems like a lot. I don't know why you wouldn't just run both.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I would
If I were on
definitely.
lands.
If I was on lands, I'd just be greedy and play them
Certainly
all.
run Barbering.
Yeah.
Mike starts with a Cavern. Milan. Cavern's a great start for Mike. 'Cause
Yeah.
You just cast anything through this.
Yeah,
Cavern spells.
likely naming human in this deck.
Yep. Milan's going to play an island and pass.
Right, Crux for Mike.
That's a white source. Caracas is textless versus Grixis.
Yep.
Both these guys good players. I remember I lost to Milan many eons ago in the top 4 of a 1K.
Oh sure, yeah. Milan used to play a lot of Grixis Delver when that
Yep.
was the deck.
Yep.
One of our local younglings who's quite good at the Delver decks.
He's quite good.
Yeah.
Mike with a Chalice on 1. That's a problem for Milan, unless he's got a K command. See if he wants to fight over this or not. Looks like he's got a force in his hand. It's going to fetch a response here. Interesting, Mike he's got some 0 mana rocks in his hand, and he's not playing them out yet.
Yeah.
Presumably for mentor.
I think just because he knows he's kind of just playing
No reason to.
playing close to the chest with them, yeah, and he knows there's some benefits to keeping them in hand as far
And
as
this
triggers.
this is a grindy matchup, so
Yep.
you can afford to kind of just sit around and develop your mana.
It's also game one. Like
Yep.
you want to keep as much information as
So
possible.
it looks like Milan let the chalice resolve, and he's going to K command and make Mike discard a card.
It's fair.
Mike also with the nice play of baiting out a K command, because
Yes.
I'm assuming he wants to have other things live through a K command
Yes.
more than chalice.
Yes.
So.
You can absolutely imagine that he is heads up in that regard.
Yeah. Milan with a Narset. It's going to impulse here.
Yep.
Or 1/2 of a dig.
Yeah, indeed.
They reprinted Worst Dig on a sorcery speed card.
I saw
4
that.
mana.
Yeah,
It's
I
kind
saw
of a
that.
Weird,
Kind of interesting.
Kind of a weird callback.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm sure it'll be in standard probably pretty
Milan
good.
takes the Hymn, which he can't cast this turn. So now that Mike knows about that, I saw a Karn in Mike's hand. He may just go ahead and throw that down. We'll
Yeah,
see.
I mean, I think this him's still gonna do some heavy duty, but yeah, now Mike is gonna probably just cast Karn this turn.
Oh, Mike with a double Karn and the Ariak.
Yep.
Or whatever, the Salvagers. God, so much Karn, triple Karn. Which Karn is Mike going to throw down? It's going to be the Great Creator.
Yep.
Does Milan have an answer? He's got a force.
Yeah, he does.
So now Milan's in a good position now because he gets to force this Karn,
Yep.
untap, and him Mike.
Yep.
So that's pretty solid.
And try to find another spell with Narset on top of it.
Yep.
So it's probably pretty solid. Of course, he has an answer.
Mike impulses again with Narset. We'll see if he can find another him would be disastrous for Mike.
Sure.
Assuming Milan has the extra black. Oh no, I guess he can't cast 2 hymns. Never mind. Milan's going to find a Fatal Push. Also, these are some tricked out altars.
Yeah,
On
got a lot of
side.
nice full arts.
There is a hymn.
All right.
Hits a Karn and a Salvagers.
Yep.
That does leave Mike with a Karn.
Yep. He had 3 cards to begin with, so
He's going to get a Karn.
pretty good odds. His
Working
Karn
on-
odds, his Karn odds are
High.
still high.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the one that he wants,
But
but
he's got 2 Soul Lands and a Karn. So
Yep.
this is it for Mike as far as threats go right now.
yep.
There it is.
Yep.
Let's see if Milan has an answer to this one.
He's 4 cards in hand, so
You could see a Brainstorm in response.
I think
Yep.
that's what we're gonna see.
That is indeed.
Yeah.
Some nice brainstorms. The classic Grixis pile in the graveyard. Him, K command, Force of Will.
Huh.
God, you remember when K command came out and people were like, that card's bad, and then it's not bad? It's like insane.
Oh, I remember.
You were the one who was always vouching for K command, but there were many people who were like, no, that card's bad.
No, I just remember the trade that we made for a K command.
What was that trade?
It was for a Wingmate Rock token that you really wanted, that I had.
And I gave you the K command?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's how nice of me.
It was a hot standard playable card at the time, that Wingmate Rock, let me tell you.
Yeah, that was good times.
Yeah.
Quite the trade on my end. So the card's going to resolve.
In your defense,
it
I
up
think the
and-
card was like $2 at the time.
Yeah, Mike ticks it up and gets a bobble.
Oh, yeah.
So Mike gets a Karn. That's not nothing.
Yep. It's gonna, let him at least start to get a couple more cards each turn.
I think Milan's still in a pretty decent position here.
I agree.
Because he's got a lot of cards in his hand, and Mike has lands.
Yeah, Mike's
so-
just behind, and
Yeah.
like, there's not a lot that the Bomberman deck can do to like really catch up. I'm trying to think of like ways that it has to be explosive in that regard, but it's mostly just gonna be like,
I'll be interested to
Yeah.
see if
Yeah.
Milan's playing Angrass Rampage, because that's
Sure.
Grixis' new like
Yeah.
Planeswalker tech.
Yep, it's not bad. The fact that it can specifically make Sack of Planeswalker happen is the nicest part. And it's very flexible otherwise, of course.
Yeah, it's a good card.
Yeah.
Mike is thinking about presumably he's thinking about whether or not he wants to make a construct, or get a bobble, or tick up. He's going to tick up, and he's going to reveal Plains
Well,
and a Great Creator.
I think he's about to have a Plains
We
in
can
hand.
only imagine what card
Yeah.
Milan will let him have.
Indeed.
But that is an impending threat for Milan.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he has to find an answer.
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Right out of the hand.
Never mind.
Mike says, "Here's another Karn."
Yeah.
And Milan's in trouble.
Bomber Karn.
Now
really
suddenly
were-
Milan, the tables have turned,
Karner, man.
and Milan is quite behind. We'll see what Mike does with Karn 2.
Karndos. Yeah, how is this supposed to work? I mean, that's what the one thing I always thought was kind of silly about the new Planeswalker rules is from a flavor perspective, am I just supposed to imagine that there's 30 Karns and that there's no such thing as the real Karn?
I guess.
Well, that's my point, JB and chat. Like, it's just we got 800 Karns now.
So many Karns.
Each Karn card is a different universe Karn. Yep, they're all unique.
The Karnverse.
Alright.
Mike's just ticking up his Karns. He's just going to be like, you know what? Deal with them. Here's a bolt
At
from
least 60
Milan.
cards.
Milan's going to hit this Great Creator to 3.
Sure. Maybe have some tech to finish off.
Well,
next
this
turn.
way, if he swings at it with Strix and Mike decides to tick down, he'll lose the Karn. So
I see. Yeah, I see.
That's something.
Oh, because it's a -2. Sure.
It's like they were like looking at like.
Well, Magmatic Sinkhole is pretty nice to answer Planeswalkers as well over Rampage.
It is nice.
Yeah, you gotta, I'm sure there's gonna be some instances where a Planeswalker's 6 or something and your Sinkhole looks kind of silly, but at that point you might just be losing anyway.
Yeah, I'm glad about Grixis shaving anglers. Get that card out of here. Card's a pain. Yeah, so Milan's going to do exactly what I talked about there in getting Great Creator down to 2.
Mr. Tweedums, I know it was miscaps, but I appreciate your enthusiasm anyway.
The draw for Mike was a Ballista.
Yeah.
He's got plenty of mana for it if he wants. He can take out the Strix. Could take out the Strix and tick up Karn again. Tick down Karn, tick up Karn. Karn.
Yeah. I mean,
Mike has a lot of options right now.
he really does. Yeah, when Mike's taking, you know that something's up.
And we see Mike is a guy that will play decks like Bomberman and Steel Stompy very well, and then he'll also just mess around from time to time too.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. He plays a lot. He likes to especially explore a lot of different non-brainstorm strategies in
He's
the format.
the Steel Stompy vet over here.
Yeah. The Carnage. Okay, so 6 mana for Mike Kiesel, 1 Walking Ballista in hand. How are we going to do this?
Who knows?
We're going to make
Is he
a
going to tap out?
3/3?
Yep. Nope. He could. Did he name Construct with Cavern? That's the question.
It's likely he might have.
Yeah. Probably.
It'd be pretty back, I think you typically first name human, so it would be pretty it would be pretty galaxy brain of Mike to have done that. But
Well,
I don't even know if Milan has a counterspell in hand for it.
it's gonna resolve regardless.
Yeah, it's gonna resolve anyway.
So Mike's gonna tick up the Karn, Great Creator.
Yep.
I'm curious as to why,
I
but
think he just wants to try to keep it on the board so that he can down tick next turn and keep it alive.
he's ticking up both Karns here. Well, the reason I'm curious why is that he has a second Great Creator sitting under Scion.
Sure.
So he could have gotten another one into his hand and then ticked the other Karn down for an artifact. I will refrain from saying what I think is best because I don't play these decks.
Well, sure, yeah. I mean,
But-
you're commentating. It's not like we're talking about what's best, just other options.
Yeah.
He is going to use the walking ballista there to mow down a Strix and also kill a Narset.
Yeah. Milan able to use that fatal push he had earlier that Mike knew about, but I'm assuming Mike just wanted to take out Milan's board.
Ooh, Full Art Ponder. My.
Milan has a lot of altered cards, which
Yeah.
is dope.
Yeah, he does.
God, so many pimp decks in Seattle, including myself.
It's a bit of a wonderland. Lot of capital.
All right, Mott's, that's a great point. Motzale in the chat, welcome.
Keeping it in plays around counter spells. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and
See,
I think Mike certainly knows how to navigate these matchups, and it makes sense to just make Milan deal with your threats before making more threats.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's one of the main reasons, right? Mike's actually sitting kind of pretty, right? He's got a ton of Karn advantage.
Yeah, he could literally just sit there, I guess, and
Yeah,
do nothing the
exactly,
rest of the game.
yeah.
And win.
Yep. More nice artifact lands.
And
here
you
for
know
Mike.
what might be happening on Mike's side is just like working up the mana to Lattice at some point.
Karn advantage is free for all to use.
Now
Please-
we see a
please go
tick
for
down.
it.
So now Mike being able to keep his Great Creator around
Yep.
because it's at 3 ticks down.
Exactly like we drew it up.
Like Mats was saying.
Yeah,
And
in
we'll
his
see what
last
he
turn.
gets out of his board. Looks like a Lattice is the option there.
Yeah, honestly, just like I feel like unless you're down taking your planeswalker off the board to end the game,
Yeah.
or it's gonna die the next turn,
Yeah.
it's often right to just tick it up once more before you.
I
know
was
what I mean?
was just trying to go over possibilities.
Oh yeah,
but
no, yeah, absolutely.
I agree with Mike.
But like just
Mike's
applying
play here.
how we thought this through to like
Yeah.
a better lesson that like about kind of
Yep.
planeswalker operation in
Yep.
games.
Yep.
Because I do it with Lily all the time.
Right.
You go up
Yeah.
to 7 before down 16.
Yep.
Down
Yep.
16.
Yep.
All right. Another 3 mana walk-in ballista from Mike.
Mike electing
Free
to
power.
fetch Ballista over to Lattice and just start putting stuff on the board here.
Yeah, because now he can fill stuff up.
Yep.
This is gonna make a little 2/2 Karnstruct.
Now it's more than a 2/2. We've got the Ancient.
Oh, the ancient lands, the tombs.
Yeah, it's a 4/4.
That's really cool. Thank you, Mats. Yeah, I forgot that these are in addition to the deck that I'm seeing from Mike here. It's pretty sweet. Artifact lands are wild, All right, well, here comes a K command that actually doesn't have a ton to do.
So Milan's going to blow up Ballista and Karn.
Sure.
With the K command. K command, I imagine, being one of his best cards against Bomberman. And now he gets to untap.
Yep.
See what he does here. Doing some finger math. It's always an interesting thing that Magic players do. They tap their fingers on mats as they do math in their head.
Yeah.
It's a weird.
That's like a tactile.
Yeah.
Helps you keep count and helps you keep track in your head.
Yeah.
Gives you a tactile representation of what you're counting out. You could also do it to bluff like you're counting when you're actually not thinking about anything at all.
Next leveling.
Yeah, that's how you make people think you're smart when you're not. All right. Yeah, Milan is definitely mapping out the turn here. He does a lot to navigate, so it makes sense. He's got a Snapcaster.
It's a key turn for Milan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Did you ever get the back part? Goblins have 50.
Could snap, K command, do something.
Yeah. What is this card? This isn't a snap. This is
He's got a Jason hand as well.
exactly. Oh, it's True Name. Okay. Okay. So he's deciding between Jace, True Name, and Snap.
This is an interesting decision tree here.
Totally. So True Name's going to come down this turn. That's going to leave him with not much as far as he could Snapcast back like a Brainstorm, but I think he really wants to save it for the K command.
Yeah.
So he's probably just going to leave that.
Yeah, I mean, he decides to just go ahead and get the True Name on the board and sort of take a tempo loss here, but next turn he'll have a very tough threat for Mike to deal with, plus Snap and Jace in hand. And Jace gets to bounce construct tokens as well if Milan needs to do that, so that's an option.
Yeah.
Andy, yeah, I think that's a solid point. And I think Mike knows that. I think that's why you saw Mike grab Ballista rather than Lattice, because it's better against Cake Man.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. Kind of just keep it as a.
Yeah, this is an
Keep it as a
interesting.
threat.
This is a good one.
This is turning into a really grindy game.
Both these guys are.
Oh, we should get our clock caught up too. Sorry, y'all. We are about 30 minutes into round 3.
Both
Just
these
FYI.
Both these guys are really good at their decks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mott's pointing out that Milan has Snap Bolt as well.
Yeah.
There is another Great Karn, yeah. So Mike has access to a second Great Karn if he wants. There is Snap Bolt, yep.
Okay.
So Mott's with the call.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nice way to try to deal with this.
Yeah, and now suddenly-
before Mike can deal.
Yeah,
get off
yeah.
the.
Suddenly Mike's on the back foot because he's got this True Name. He's going to lose his Karn. Both his constructs are
I mean, they're still
at risk.
4/4s.
Yeah, but Milan
right?
has
But yeah, they're not doing great.
Jace. to
And he's
bounce
got the
them.
K command still.
Yep.
He draws another Snapcaster. Oof. Yeah, Jace bounce is going to be pretty effective on a token. If he even does that, he might Brainstorm.
Yep. Bounces a token. Passes the turn. Got the Snap for blocks. If
Oof.
needed.
Yikes.
Mike with a second bobble. He's
Yeah.
going to draw some cards, though.
I mean, he does have a quite a chunky token there.
Milan's going to let the Jace die, seeing that Mike's at 14. He might just try to get this game over with.
Right. Yeah, there's also only 28 minutes left in the round. So
Yep.
although the game really did just break in Milan's favor.
Yeah. There's a force to the draw for Milan. Is that third K command in hand?
I couldn't see. He's flipping him too fast.
It's a fiver.
Yep. All right.
There's a Jace.
I see. Okay. That's why we let the Jace die.
Yep, because he had another Jace.
Yeah, Mike's going to say, Bobble.
Bobble.
He gets to look at a Baleful Strix on the top of Mike's library, or Milan's library, and he's going to draw 2 at the next upkeep. So he does get to draw 3 this turn. I don't think any of those cards get him out of this situation very
something.
handily.
Can't see that. Mentor,
It's a mentor,
maybe?
yeah, it's a mentor.
Yeah.
I think
Mentor with 3 lands.
Yep.
It's not going to do it.
Yep. Mike's like, what do I do next turn that kills? Nope, nothing.
Mike scoops it up.
Assuming that webcam audio is turned on, can that be turned down? You're going to have to be more specific. What we're working with right now are 2 headsets that are centered in a room that has a lot of people around us. So I don't know what you mean by webcam audio. If you can kind of type in terms or speak in terms that are like more helpful, but you might just be hearing background chatter. We're broadcasting out of a game store, and I don't think we've had like an audio tech set up these headsets, so they might be tweaked so that we're picking up more background noise. Yeah, unfortunately. Thank you for watching. Regardless, though, I think more troubleshooting could always be done on the stream, but we are volunteer commentators, and we just show up and talk about the Magic cards.
This is accurate.
And we do like to do that.
This
I
is
will say.
accurate.
Yeah. So, always pointed out in the chat, though, good streaming is all about communication between the people watching and the people running so that everyone knows what is up. A lot of distortion and background noise from one of you. I'm going to have to just, like listen to the VOD later. I wouldn't worry too hard about it. I don't think it's anything that we can control ourselves, Connor. We would just need someone listening in.
Yeah, I don't know what it's coming from
Yeah.
or how to fix it. So
No, yeah, it's not anything that you need. We would need someone like kind of watching the chat and ideally tuning in, but yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna, I basically need like an entire afternoon to come over here and tweak any of this if nobody else is gonna do it, and maybe that'll end up happening one day.
yeah, it's tough.
Also, we can just keep talking so that you guys don't hear as much background noise. Hopefully that helps.
What are Mike's targets for Karn?
Yeah, I don't know specifically. Matt's
would assume
we
the
unfortunately don't have sideboards. It's just a regular Ariel event. I would imagine that
coding, bridge, lattice, ballista, LED.
We saw ballista for sure.
Yeah.
I would imagine that liquid metal coating and lattice are both part of the package. LED is an interesting one. Why that? What's that
combo?
Oh,
Karn gets
because you're
LED.
Bomberman, of course,
Yeah,
because you're
LED
Bomberman.
goes off the Salvagers.
Totally forgot that was even the deck that Mike was playing.
Yeah, so Karn can get either of the artifact combo pieces from the board.
Okay.
Which is why the deck's crazy, because you get these, you get Mentor, you get Karns, and you get combo.
Yes.
So there's 3 angles of attack the decks have to deal with.
Okay. Right on.
And also, I guess ballistas are the 4th angle, right? Just like shooting you down.
Yeah. It's cool. Like, I guess you just see a lot of 3s in the main deck of this deck, right? And then
4 of each Karn.
Right, of course.
It's
But then
actually a lot of
other
fours.
than that, I mean, I just mean with the wish board, wouldn't you end up with a lot of
fair. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so I
That's all
guess
I
you
mean.
play like 3 LED, 3 ballista,
something
probably.
like that. Yeah. You might be able to get some 0 mana artifact with Karn if you
I
need
really
to.
want to play this deck, but I'm missing a couple of cards.
Yeah, it's a sweet one for sure. What else have we here? Yeah, I think I can hear what you guys are hearing. I'm going to chalk a lot of it up to acoustics, high ceilings, and people playing a board game right behind us. Definitely.
Yeah.
It's a little fine, I will say to the stream, I know that our audio could be better. I am not empowered necessarily to make that happen. So thank you all for dealing with it.
Hopefully it will be worked on in the near future.
Yeah. All right, 4 mana, Karn, let's go. Let's freaking go. You got Force of Will, dog? Nah. I've got a Karn.
Here's a turn 2 Karn for you.
Yeah. Wow. Off to the races, as they say.
Milan has played a fetch land. Mike has played a 4-mana Planeswalker.
This is fair magic, y'all.
Just the way Richard Garfield intended.
Yeah. I love that whenever people say that as a joke, but like, no, he's a madman. All he wants to do is play Plains and Shahrazad in his deck. Every busted thing you can do in this game is magic the way Richard Garfield intended. Yeah, we have a backdrop up. It's not the best. Honestly, if you could see our setup, I'm sure you would be like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
But we have a backdrop mostly for aesthetics and very little for acoustics.
It's also partly my fault, probably.
Oh, no. I think you're good, dude. I don't think it is. I think Mike is going to run away with this. Yeah, honestly, if Milan didn't have the force check for the turn 2 Karn, it's going to be really hard to catch up.
Yeah, second Karn.
Yeah, I mean, Mike's just going to keep getting cards off this Karn. Great, a cavern, cool. Even better, right? Like that was not a great choice for Milan anyway.
Yeah, naming human. Here's a mentor.
Here's a mentor. Yep. Oh boy. And does he have any 0 mana artifacts
Surprised
here?
he didn't go mentor into Karn.
Trigger.
Yeah, that's fair.
Trigger. Wow, there's a lot. This deck is doing some pretty crazy stuff. Trigger. Yep. So now we've got. Wow. Mentor 4 tokens on turn 3. Let's go.
So the only disadvantage that Bomberman has is that it cannot instant speed Mentor.
Yeah.
So like they're 1-1s
Yeah.
on the other person's turn.
Yeah, absolutely. They do definitely, they're a little more susceptible. We'll see if Milan.
It's obviously still insane,
Oh,
but
yeah, of
it's
course,
just
yeah.
a little more susceptible to like
trade-off, right?
to sweepers and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's trade-off. So Mike might get
So that's a K command, presumably mentor something else.
destroying the
Mox Opal.
Mox, which
Yeah.
is close to being turned on. All right, we're just gonna have Mike bobble here.
Notably, Mike still has 3 1/1 prowess dudes.
Yes.
And drew an extra card.
Yep.
Which was an LED and another Karn.
Yeah.
So he can make them all 2/2s, and then 3/3s, and then 4/4s. This is where it gets out of hand for Milan.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's an LED, triggers. That's the Karn, triggers.
Wow, Prowess is so nutty. I
Yeah,
still
right.
can't believe Prowess isn't just
I
instant
still can't believe they
sorceries.
printed Monastery Mentor ever. It
Yeah,
would have been
well,
fine if it
yeah.
was just a Prowess 2/2, but they're like, nah, it's going to make Prowess 1/1s. Like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah. Yeah, it's a busted magic card. It really is.
Milan sees the writing on the wall, and
Yep.
he's just going to be like, all right, we're done. Game 3.
Two pretty, actually, no, that first game was pretty close. This was a pretty lopsided one.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Milan can do on the back.
Mike got to be on the play,
Mhm.
and he had turn 2 Karn,
Mhm.
and Milan didn't have a force.
Yep.
Milan gets to be on the play now, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I would assume Bomberman is favored in this matchup. I would just take a guess.
Just through the grind, yeah. It has a lot of graveyard recursion. It has Chalice to try and fight.
It has 8 Karns.
Yeah, it has 8 Karns.
I mean,
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I didn't hate the concept of Karn so much. Just from like, Karn gives me nightmares from like the Tron days in Modern.
It's a very, the 4-mana Karns they're very powerful, but they're very different than 7-mana Karn too.
Yeah.
You don't like immediately lose to them.
True.
Yeah, I don't think
You
Grixis.
think
I don't think
Grixis
Grixis
is
is
favored?
unfavored here. I think
Okay.
they have the. I think they have the cards to control the game.
I'm certainly like saying that just from watching this, but
Yeah.
I do not know enough about either deck to really.
I mean, really,
make
we're
a
here to discuss,
confident
not
claim.
We're here to discuss, not to decide, right?
Yeah. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Grixis could be favored. I mean, K command's a card, right?
Lee, this is round 3.
Round Trace.
Yeah, 18 minutes left in the 3rd round. And actually, this is the first round we've had a game not end in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
We've had a real good back and forth on this one.
Mike's gonna mull.
Okay.
Milan is going to. I don't know. We'll see.
He's hanging out.
Yeah. Looks like he's keeping.
I think while these mulligans resolve, I'm going to step up real quick and use the restroom.
Sounds good.
Be right back.
Anyone on Ren 6, John? We did have a Jun Fit deck earlier, and there's a bunch of 4-color loam in the room as well. Yeah, I do hear the static in the audio. I'm not sure what that's from though, or how to fix it. So I apologize for that noise in the background there. But as we are off on game 3, Milan is going to Thoughtseize Mike on a 6 here. Keeps a 1-land with a couple 0 manas, a couple chalices, and a Karn. Milan takes the Karn. Mike draws. It's going to lead with an Ancient Den and play a couple baubles, or at least one. There's three baubles for Mike. Looks at the draw as a ponder.
Yikes.
Sorry, folks.
Yikes.
Oh, sorry, folks. Yeah, just moving. Anyone on Rin 6 John? No, not tonight.
There was a Junfit player,
Yeah, but we didn't see Rin 6.
I guess.
Legacy double up Washington DC GP. My opponent was a mentor turn 2, plays a bunch of 0 drops, makes 4 tokens pass. Nice. Turn 2, all his dust is quite a bit.
Quite a quick all this
Quite a lot of
dust.
mana. So slow start for Mike, it looks like, huh?
Yeah, well, so Mike got his Karn ripped out of his hand and
I see.
played some bobbles.
I do enjoy Thoughtseize.
Don't we all?
Love me a good Thoughtseize. All right. So Milan really pondering on this one. This has been we've been really sitting on this ponder here. Okay.
Pondering the ponder, you know?
Yeah. Mike's gonna bobble into turn. And he's gonna draw 2 cards. Oh, he's got 2 bobbles. Keeps the bobbles active. All right, there's Chalice. Milan has a brainstorm, but no answer.
So Mike lands a Chalice on 1.
Yeah, this is actually gonna. I
Milan
mean,
draws
it's not the
his-
worst. I think Milan has a K command in hand.
Milan has a Cake Man, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
So
drew 1, I couldn't
yeah.
tell. Some lands. I can't see what else is in there. It's a fetch from Milan.
Sure. All right. Well, here's K command mana. Hello, hello, Romario Vidal.
Romario, what's up? Mario in the house. Milan's gonna Cake Man his Chalice, presumably. Makes Mike discard.
Yep. Okay. LED. Meh. Meh LED.
Did he not Cake Man the Chalice?
No, I don't think he. What did he do?
I don't know.
What happened here?
I'm not sure. In any case, Mike makes a Ballista for 1.
Well, you're gonna scrap one, and then you're gonna scrap one.
So we saw a discard and what with the K command?
Not sure, honestly.
Because there's the Chalice in the yard and the Chalice Shatter Land. Oh, did we blow
Oh,
up land?
he hit the Ancient Den, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You can't
You
shatter
can do
land.
that.
Yeah. So Milan just saying, I don't care about these Chalices right now.
That's fair. Sometimes they're not very good against Grixis.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, there's that.
More bobbling.
Yep, more bobbling.
Bobble, bobble. Seas of Badlands. The draw is Ballista Tomb, it looked like.
Yeah. I think we might get another.
So this deck
two power
draws.
ballista.
This deck draws a lot of cards, but it's also filled with a lot of error because there's like a million 0-drop artifacts.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So-
Yeah.
It's ironically the only deck in Legacy that I can think of that plays Chalice of the Void and is also very weak to Chalice of the Void,
Sure.
which is interesting.
Yeah. Chalice on 0 quite strong.
Yeah.
Chalice on 1.
Chalice on 0 is where you want to be against Bomberman.
Yeah. Yeah, because I guess Chalice on 1 wouldn't hit anything.
I mean, they can kill it with Karn,
Yep.
right? But
Yeah.
it can slow them down.
Yeah, and they can still cast a lot of their own stuff, but like
Yeah.
they can't loop. Here comes engineered explosives though.
That's going to be good.
Yeah.
That is going to be...
Goodness
that's
gracious.
going to be insane.
Goodness gracious.
Turns out Mike's board is gone.
Yeah, Mike's just gonna ping Milan for however
that's
much.
that's a blow up your whole board.
Wow.
That is.
Oh, I forgot the LED was down there,
that
too.
that is dirty.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
That's absurd.
You done him dirty, Milan.
Mike knows. You see him
Yeah, you can see the hand.
You see him shaking his hand.
Oh,
His
yeah.
head there. He knows he played right into that.
Oh, yeah,
He
well,
didn't-
I
he
don't
didn't
think
play
you...
around
Yeah,
with it,
yeah.
you know?
I don't know how you necessarily...
You don't.
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
get blown out by it.
I think that's just what we call a blowout in this game,
That's what
right?
we call a 6-for-1.
Sheesh. I got a 4-for-1 with Zealous Persecution once, and I thought I felt good.
Yeah, that's just an absolute murder.
Yeah.
On Mike's board.
Yeah. That is pretty wild.
Yeah, that's a 5-for-1. Excuse me.
Sure. I'll forgive you.
Oh wow! You know everybody's playing Blast Zone, but EE is still a hell of a card.
Yep, totally. EE is very, very still effective.
It's also great in the 3-color decks.
Yeah, any 3-color deck, it's like super
Especially the
strong.
3-color decks that want to get rid of Chalice.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I just love the flexibility of that card.
Uh huh. Yeah, and now Mike's basically on turn 2, like with
so
no cards
rough.
in hand.
Yeah, this is like.
A beating.
I mean, come on. All Milan has to do is present 1 clock, i.e., play this true name. He's not even going to do it first. He's going to play Narset first. Just really batting down the hatches here.
Yeah, I mean he's playing a control deck, so you may as
Sure.
well just
Play control.
yeah.
No, absolutely.
People were talking about how great Bomberman is, and I think it's a good deck, but there is the inherent weakness.
Yeah.
A lot of 0 drops.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's going to get you blown out by cards like EE and Chalice on 0, Cake Man. That's a Pithing Needle. Can you name Ancient Den with Pithing Needle? It's an artifact, right? No, it's a mana ability, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now he lands a true name. So there's the clock that Milan wanted. Mike's gonna say go.
You can certainly name it. Never wrong.
Mario,
Yeah.
yeah, you can name whatever you want.
Yeah. Absolutely correct.
Mike down to 15.
Yeah, I mean, the true name clock is in effect. And a Jace.
And there's a
Sheesh.
Jace. That's just
So-
pouring it on now.
It's like every deck has so many planeswalkers now.
Yeah, it's a little frustrating, isn't it?
I think we've been circling this precipice for a while. Planeswalkers have been around for a very long time, and kind of still remained at the outset of the game despite that, right?
What do you do about it?
I don't know. I'm not Gavin Verhey.
I think
It's a shame he's not here anymore. We could just track him down and ask him.
I think you just print more, right? Because they make money.
Yeah.
People think it's cool. I don't know.
I don't know.
Characters
Hopefully,
in the
I think
Magic
you just try to print more answers, better answers.
Well, people have. Where's the Elder Spell?
Abrupt Decay, but 4 instead of 3 mana. I don't know, like.
Elder Spell, bro.
Yeah, for sure. But
If you
that's
really
a
want
black card, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Not the most easily splashable hate card.
No, I know. I was mainly
Yeah,
joking.
Andy, I
was
agree.
joking about
No, for
how
sure.
their main hate card is black.
They're
right?
trying. I do think we're starting right now to see, like, we've had a couple spells come out that are attempts to be, to acknowledge that everything should be able to target a planeswalker now, basically.
Well, Magmatic.
That's what I'm
Insight.
talking about. Yeah,
Blow up
exactly.
your walker for 1 mana.
I think
right?
that's a first
Yeah.
example that we have. Angrat's Rampage even being another one.
Even old school stuff like Vindicate.
Yeah, well, there's Vindicate always.
Lying
There's
around,
Dreadbore, right? I mean,
Dreadbore. Rampage,
that was
yeah.
printed in 2012.
Yep.
But yeah,
Council's Judgment deals with them.
yeah, I think we might have to start seeing some removal slots get toyed around with. in order to
Romario,
better reflect it.
Romario, I 100% agree with you. I think
Yeah.
that's where Wizards went off the cliff, is giving Planeswalker static abilities.
It's pretty annoying.
The fact that Great Creator is a null rod in addition to being a Planeswalker is ridiculous.
Of course,
That-
yeah,
That's like really weird.
absolutely.
It's insane to me.
Yeah, it's
and it's a
super-
one-sided null rod.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it's wild.
That card is suddenly like the best card in Vintage and needs to be restricted ASAP. Like,
Yeah, Mike's gonna scoop him up. He knows what's up.
yeah.
But we only have 6 minutes left in the round, so we're just gonna take it right back to the booth, everybody. Hey, welcome back. As you can see, the
Hello.
hubbub behind us has changed just a little bit, but we are here at Mox Boarding House Ballard. That was round 3. That means we only have one more round left and 6 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and call that a no on the backup match. It's just me, Connor, and you all. And we get to talk about Legacy for a little while. So thank you guys for tuning in the meantime.
What's up, Mario?
Yeah.
It is, I do have a sleeve.
We're
Accurate.
volunteer casters bringing you our lovely Monday night cast. Tyler James Gardner opening a foil Ren and 6.
Hell
That is
yeah.
excellent.
Nice work.
Yeah, I've opened 2, which is very sweet. I opened two Modern Horizons boxes, and I actually needed to go through and count. The rare distribution I had on both of them was like remarkably similar. I think
Yeah.
almost like at least 50% same rares, like across the board.
Oh, nice.
Like Sarah in both, Ren and 6 in both, Hex, Strinker in both. I want to say, a lot of just crazy stuff.
Well, I think, yeah, I mean, I ended up buying my foils for like 90.
Yeah.
Now they're up to what, like 150?
I mean, the card went up overnight.
Yeah.
At GP Seattle.
Pretty
I
hyped
bought
on
one
that.
at 30 on Friday.
That's
and
why.
the next day it was already peaking. It was like hitting
Well,
$50.
Yeah, that's why I bought them like instantaneously.
Totally.
As soon as I
Yeah,
could.
very worth it. But yeah, overall with Modern Horizons as well, just like boxes have been very good for me at least, and I think I've seen other people post as well that like there's just a lot of good value in that set.
Yeah.
Opening chase rares does not hurt though.
Yeah. I mean, the card's great.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely great. It's definitely here to stay. Oh, you know what else is sweet? So I haven't actually seen the Ren emblem yet, but I opened one of those full art collector full art cards for Ren and 6. So
Ooh.
that's my Ren emblem. It's
Nice.
really sweet. Yeah. Those look tight. So yeah, a lot of Rens around.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
I don't know. I think you know, we're both playing Loam because of the card right now, and I think it's probably one of the better homes for the card. But it's certainly not the only one, right?
No, I mean even Mozzole in chat. He top 16, I believe, with a
3 Ren?
Jun plug list with 3 Ren.
Cool, very sweet.
Also running an Obelisk Spider.
Which one is that?
It's like a 3 mana, and it puts like a -1/-1 counter on something. I can't remember.
Oh, I love
what
it.
it
Okay.
is, but it's sweet.
Nice.
Motz always is making some sweet decks.
Oh yeah. So I talked to someone about Loam, and I was like, yeah, running the 2 Loam, 2 Ren, and they were like, sounds like you should just be running 4 Ren.
Sounds like I disagree with them.
Yeah, no, I know.
But
I know you do. I know
yeah.
you have your whole thing. But any red green deck really wants Ren and 6. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean you definitely want some numbered if you're playing red and green.
Yeah.
It's 2-mana Planeswalker. That's
Yeah.
good. So like but we were talking about Planeswalkers earlier, and I myself play a lot of them in my deck. So
Oh, you're in the perfect pocket for us to hear you in the headphones right now. You just talk right in. That was Milan walking by.
yeah, Delver's playing it too.
I know. Listen, yeah, we all saw that. See ya. Mike just gestured
out the door.
5 for 1 to us.
Mike just like running
yeah.
away after
Yeah.
the EE blow up. It's just like I've had enough. I'm out. Because that was a huge blowout.
Yeah, he just looks at both of us and goes 5 for 1, and then just walks away.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the card's very good.
Yeah.
All the Planeswalkers that have been printed are very good. Obviously,
We have a real 2-mana Planeswalker.
Yeah,
What is
yeah.
the future going to look like now?
I mean, I don't know what the format even is going to look like. It's
don't know
still
either.
like I don't know what's
It's
going
wild
on.
to me that I'm not complaining, but the Death and Taxes is a deck to be pretty well positioned right now. It can fight Ren pretty well, but also Ren just pings everything in the deck.
Well, the nice part about D&T, and the reason why I'm so glad D&T exists, is because
Yeah.
it's a deck that doesn't play Planeswalkers. There are hardly any lists play any.
Sure, yeah.
They play
Sometimes
like
you play
Karn,
Gideon, but yeah.
or Karn or Gideon.
Yeah.
But and it's very good against the Planeswalker
Yep,
decks.
Revoker.
Because Revoker, Flicker
Yeah,
Wisp,
yeah.
Aether Vial,
Totally.
like,
Yeah.
cards that really Thali attacks in them, being able to attack Planeswalkers with a deck like D&T is nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Chat pointing out that the format's starting to fully warp around Narset. It's not just new anymore. It's
well,
what we
I'll
expect,
tell you,
right?
I'll tell you, the format warping around Narset is starting to look like a format where you're seeing a lot more non-blue decks because Narset's good against blue decks.
Yeah, sure.
And I think
Absolutely.
that's actually good for the format.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten kind of tired of like Miracles and Grixis and Brainstorm everywhere, and those are the decks that are the best. And now you're seeing other decks emerge because blue decks are trying to like fight each other. So now you have this room for like Death Taxes, Loam, Lands,
Totally.
other Bomberman,
Yeah.
other non-blue decks to come out and actually be able to fight Brainstorm.
I agree.
I don't actually think Narset's. I mean, I think the card should never have been made. Let's get that clear. But I don't think it's like super destructive for the format. I think
It just changes things.
it just changes everything.
Yeah. Blue decks with Bolt are coming up. This is true. I mean, Patrick won the weekend with Rug Delver at the MCQ. So
Yeah.
he went through 6 rounds of Swiss and a top 8, and won a Mythic Championship qualifier off of that deck.
Well, let's be clear. Patrick's a very good player.
Oh yeah, I mean he's a Rug Delver god. Like
He's played that deck for
he was
longer than
top
I've
8ing with
played
Rug
Magic.
Delver when nobody thought that deck was good.
Yeah.
So he's very proficient.
Yeah, but that's a deck. That's a deck.
Oh,
that,
and he played against Grixis too. Okay, so that's a little telling as well.
That's a deck that's always operated on the very fine edges, you know.
Yeah.
And if you can pilot that deck well, you
Yeah.
get a lot of points.
Patrick knows exactly what to stifle.
Yeah. What to stifle, what to daze.
Yeah.
That's a deck I've tried to play, and when I've played it, I just failed. So
It's
it's really hard.
yeah. You just have to be thinking a couple. It's tempo deck, right?
Honestly, with Mario, I have no idea how he knows about some cards. He was playing Bow of Nylea the other day, and
I mean, come on, that's Theros. That card was in standard.
Yeah, but that's never a card that I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna put this in my legacy deck. Like,
I love Gatherer searches. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest tech. I know way too much about Magic.
you
Yeah,
do.
I believe it.
I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I love the deep Gatherer searches where you're like, all right, I'm just gonna find every single thing that is like below X CMC that can do this thing, and like you just like. You look through 80,000 bad cards to find maybe three cards that you would consider.
Yeah, well, and I think also I know, if you play a lot of limited,
Yeah.
you can know a lot of cards.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's true too. Yeah, your card pool knowledge just builds up. We are, sub 1 minute on the clock here, so people should be finishing up their games. I think there's at least one game still in progress here. And we'll see how that goes. I know, right? Limited.
Okay. Well, it's not something that I speak very often.
But, yeah. Nothing too crazy in M20, right? I'm so ready for a break, dude.
I don't know.
Of I'm ready.
I mean, if the white card gets broken, I'm gonna be pissed. But
I don't think so. I think if anything, they would just errata it or something to say something like I have no
instead of
idea.
any permanent, I don't know what Wizards is thinking. Like, why are they? It's the same reason like they continue to print like delve spells and Hogak. I'm like, what are you doing? I thought this problem got fixed.
I think they tried to get too cute with Hogak. I think that's what we.
Well, when
what
you
we're
give
seeing.
a card Convoke and Delve, you can't
But
be
you
surprised.
can't cast
that
it
it's
from your
broken.
hand, Connor. You can't cast it from your hand.
Every card that's ever been broken,
You can't-
basically all
you
of them
can't
have
cast
Delve.
it from your
Like,
hand.
Delve is a broken mechanic.
You can't
Stop.
cast it from your hand, Connor.
Stop printing Delve
I'm
cards.
just saying, you can't cast
Enough
it from
with
your hand.
Delve.
Yeah, Delve's stupid. Delve's pretty busted. Convoke is sweet. Delve is a little too much. The interaction between the new demon and reanimate is cool. I haven't even seen that. How does that work? Are you talking about the different mana cost demon? Oh, you can't cast. Wait, where can? Oh, you can't spend mana to cast it.
No, it's the Villas, the
Max.
Blood Butcher, because it's whenever you lose life, you draw a card.
Oh, different card.
So
okay.
reanimate, I think how it works is if you reanimate the Butcher, it comes into play, and then you lose the life. And you draw 8 cards.
Yeah, sure.
So that could also be broken.
I'm sorry, I want to clarify. You can't spend mana to cast Hogak. You can cast Hogak from your hand. That's the part that restricts it from being.
Yeah, I think generally speaking, free mana is just bad for Legacy and Modern and Standard and everything.
Sure. It's not great. Be a Delve convoked by Rexium.
And I mean, maybe Wizards literally only thinks about standard literally only because
no, it's not. I mean, it's not only. It's just that like.
Well, how
it's
do
like
you
if
miss
something's-
Hogak and
if-
Modern, right?
No, it's not. It's not like how do you miss it. It's like I don't think they. Like Hogak was made for Modern, dude. Hogak's not a standard card.
Well, it's stupid to make it for Modern. I mean, it's now needs to be banned.
Listen, I don't think any. What I don't think, which is surprising, is that maybe they missed that it is a house with Altar of Dementia, which is in the same set. But like, I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So why print Alter Dimension? then?
Yeah, that part I think is legit. Maybe a miss. I have no clue.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Altar of Dementia is, I think, a super
So
messed up
you
Magic
snap
card.
ban Alter.
It was
right?
previously only available in this format because it's a conspiracy card. It's not like even a real Magic card. Well, conspiracy cards are real Magic cards, but you know, it's not.
just-
It was never in any other format. It was never a format staple of any kind. It
So
was just
ban
like
Alter, right?
I guess it was a card in Tempest. I guess.
I mean, they're
Okay,
gonna
let's find
ban
back in
something. At
Tempest.
this
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
it is like 100% certainty they will.
I'm so
ban
bad
them,
at old
right?
cards, you guys. I just will look up and see that the card has a recent border, and I'll be like, Anyways, excuse me, I'm just off my game tonight.
No, it's cool.
Yeah,
I
card was
I
in
don't-
Tempest.
I don't know. I'm assuming the ban will be Alter or it will be Bridge, one of them.
Oh yeah, probably.
I
Sweet.
think
Sounds like we're just about to have our last round too.
I think we're in a world like Eldrazi Winter where we're not questioning if there's a ban. It's just what.
Yeah. Yeah, Bridge and Altar are never used for anything fair. I would love to see, I would love to see the Hogak deck in Legacy as far as, being a Zombardment variant.
Would you love to see it? I don't want
Yeah,
it
no, because
anywhere.
it's fine in Legacy. It gets wrecked. I don't think. I don't think it actually sticks around.
I don't know. I don't like it.
Well, what are you talking about? You play Leyline of the Void. Who cares?
That deck is very good against Leyline of the Void because you can blow it up and combo off in the same turn.
Meh. I think it would be kept in check just fine in this format. It's broken in
Hogak is
Legacy.
broken in Legacy. I agree. Arkin just went 8-0 with it. I super agree.
Hogak's Bombardment. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to see. I love that deck. Man, maybe I should keep my altars and my Hogak.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't. I'm often one to kind of be. I'm like Mr. Hot Take, but I just.
Yeah, see
wish
the
Wizards-
Legacy version getting
I wish
therapy
Wizards
is
would just
sweet.
like stop using these mechanics and just just do something else.
Yeah,
Why are
Modern
we-
Horizons was an experiment for sure.
Why are we printing Delve cards?
Yeah, it's a good point.
In any case, it'll be interesting to hear what Wizards says in the next ban announcement, just about what they're doing, what they are watching.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't know
Modern Horizons has had quite the impact.
On everything.
Yeah, on everything. So there it is.
I'll be curious to see what they do with Vintage too, because that format is a wild ride right now. So there's going to be a lot of bannings.
Mario, you should you just have to record any conversation I have in person with Connor. We already make this content all the time.
I just do it for the entertainment value. Free rants.
Free rants. Not paid.
No,
These rants are not endorsed.
we got to fill the time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just ranting and raving about something.
We do have round 4 getting printed out soon, y'all, so we will bring you one last round of Delicious Legacy. Hopefully we'll get a nice one. We won't even try to put some janky combo match on, I swear.
It was a good
Because
match last time.
Yeah, we had some pretty air full, dead air full first couple of rounds too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
make sure you guys actually get the good stuff.
Well, you know what I'm biased towards.
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine. All right. Hanging out, waiting on a printer.
Well, Mott's, yeah, we had Days Undoing Miracles earlier. We had Pop or Burn. We had
Yeah,
Blue
we
Green Post something or other.
Yeah,
We had some interesting ones.
we had Jund Sneak Attack
Jun
Nick
Jun
Fit.
Sneak Nick Fit.
Jund Sneak Nick Fit. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sneak Fit. I don't
Sneak
know.
Fit.
All right. Let's see. We've got some. Want to do table 2? Chester and Robin. Yeah. That ought to be good. These are two 9-0 players.
Jeskai Stoneblade, and what?
So what do we have? Yeah, I don't actually know what either of these players. I know Robin typically plays Steel Stompy.
Jeskai Stoneblade and Steel Stomp.
Steel Stompy. All right, that sounds good. Sounds like a good one to end it on.
Oh.
Oop. Yeah, I got you. Okay, so Chester. Okay, just.
Klinkenberg.
Yeah. And Robin Hartshorn. Okay, so Jeskai Blade. Is that right? Okay.
Yep.
And Steel.
Versus Steel.
Cool. All right, folks, this is going to be round 4. Let's take it out to the ratch. 9-0 in 3 rounds. You know I meant 9 points. Jeskai Blade still. How did that pop
I
up?
don't know. Anarchist. Stoneblade.
Sounds like 2's out. Maybe somebody else.
Oh, are they out? Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're gonna draw. It
Oh,
sounds
yeah,
like, so,
that's fine. If they're going to draw, is table 1 playing or are they drawing?
I can try them.
That's
yeah,
a D&T mirror.
ask,
Do we
ask
want to
them.
watch that?
Yeah, I do, actually. I
Okay.
totally do.
Okay. That's gonna be a. Some people love it. Some people hate it.
They might just be drawing too. Top tables will typically draw at the end of the night here.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds like 1 is also gonna be drawn.
Yeah, it sounds fine, dude. Let's just keep going down. See if table 3 wants to play. I know Chris Williams probably doesn't want to play.
Probably not.
See if table 3 wants to play.
That's Blue-White Blade and Miracles.
Romario, they could play for your entertainment, but they want to go home. And that is unfortunately,
Do we want to watch Blue-White Blade and Miracles?
This is just a Magic tournament for some people. It's not a stream.
Okay, table 3 is talking and pointing at the thing, so I'm not gonna ask them.
Oh my
I
god.
know, right?
All right.
Wait, we could get Eli and Aiden.
Yeah, let's get Chris and David. Chris Wessel, David Scott. Chris Wessel, David Scott. We wanted to get this 4-color pile.
True, we did.
8. Oh yeah, sorry about that.
It's Miracles and 4-color pile.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Yeah. This way we get to see 4-color Ren. Check pile. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna put check pile.
Check fire.
If it's 4-color and it's not white and it's
Miracles.
not playing Punishing Fire, then I'm gonna call it check pile.
Miracles.
All right, let's see if these folks will give us a good one.
Ren and Grix.
I like it. We got this. Oh, wow. That's perfect. Okay, so Chris Wessel breaking down barriers here
New names.
with new names for decks. You thought you knew check pile. Well, let me introduce you to Rin and Grix. That's right. That's
we
it.
got a match for you guys.
All right, so yeah, this will be a fun one. These are two local players, play a lot of control decks.
So notably, I would like to point out that the Death and Taxes mirror was table 1, which means both Death and Taxes
Yeah.
players went 3-0
Doing pretty
tonight.
well tonight, yeah. Seems like a good
Death and
week
Taxes
for the deck.
is certainly tier 1 right now.
It seems very well positioned in this meta. Yeah. Ren and Grix, what about Decay? Well, we can't all make it into the name. All right, I'm excited to see this deck play out. I don't think I've ever seen anyone put this to the table yet. I've only seen like lists, so I want to see how these greedy mana bases play out with Ren and 6 to perhaps help fix things a little bit.
Yeah, I don't
The
know.
problem is it's literally both of your off colors for this deck in particular. Like you are a Swamp Island deck.
Yeah, it's still dead to moon.
Yeah,
Dead to back to basics.
exactly.
That's always been the problem with it after Death, right?
Oh god.
You just don't have mana against those cards.
Right.
Ren needs fix.
We'll see. Let's fix Ren and 6. All right, opening hands. Cha. What is that?
Is that a plains? Is
I
this 5-color? What's happening?
What is that? Oh no, we have the names wrong. I hadn't even noticed. Gosh,
Oh, I
it's
was
super.
like, what?
It's super late, y'all.
Yeah, whoa.
Wow.
Hello.
I don't think I should have cast
Sorry,
today. Thanks,
me
everybody.
neither. Hi everyone, we're tired. I was like, what's happening right
All
now?
right,
Why
Sam,
is
Sam, you're a
Chris out of
lifesaver.
planes?
Later. We got this, everybody. All right, look at that. Look at that tropical island bolt.
Things have been
Spalding
corrected.
Tarn. Here we go.
The sides are correct. Chris starts with a fetch.
Yeah, island.
The old island ponder.
I'm
Question
willing
mark?
to bet we're going to see a ponder here, yeah. Yeah, Chris with nothing to do. I'm trying to see if he has anything good in his hand for this turn. I'd imagine he's playing Decay and Leovold as well, though. Like, I think he's full on trying to bring back the check piles. Brainstorm or Ponder. Blah, blah, blah.
Why not? Brennan 6 is just 2 mana death, right?
Yeah, something like that, right?
Yeah.
He gets mana, pings things. All right.
All right. Chris plays land and passes.
Yeah, draws a Brainstorm that he knew was there from the Ponder. Gonna play land, and yeah, he's got nothing to do. He's hanging out.
He's Miracles.
Sitting on his swords.
He sits there.
Yeah.
That's what Miracles does.
Wessel could Brainstorm this turn. Does have a... Gosh, this deck is so greedy. Playing a Wasteland, of course, because the Wren is there.
Yeah, why not? YOLO.
Let's Brainstorm first. Gonna put that Wasteland back. Definitely
Get
no
that
use
outta
right now.
here.
Yeah, get that out of here. Try to tuck some other card back and then play a fetch land. It looks like Bolt. Probably the best bet here. Not going to need it for much.
Well, I mean, he's going to need it for a mentor.
Two
Yes,
Abrupt
he
Decay
has.
in hand.
Oh, yeah,
That's
never
why.
mind, never
Yeah,
mind,
that's
never
why.
mind.
So those
Missed
two
that.
going back. He has a second fetch, and I really think he's not. He doesn't have a blue card for the Force of Will, but otherwise he's kind of sitting okay. Fetch here. Let's see what he's going to get. I don't know if he has another card to play this turn though. He must. I'm just missing something.
I love how dual lands look.
Yeah, they're very very pretty.
It makes it hard to like play other formats.
He got the IOK. Okay, so that's going to be pretty good. Might be able to snipe something here if David doesn't have a response, but I believe he has a Brainstorm, so he should be doing that right now to protect perhaps this Mentor.
Yep, that's the play.
Yeah.
Finds a force, among other things. Puts land and not mentor back. Interesting. Interesting. Is he forcing this?
Maybe.
Or maybe he's brainstorming again? I don't know what's happening.
Oh, maybe he just wants to cash both of them in, I guess. Is that a Prismatic Vista on the bottom?
Huntmaster over Mentor? Yeah, dude.
I love that card.
I've been playing Huntmaster in the Nihilome list that I'm working on, and it is sweet.
Big fan.
Big fan.
Yeah, card's sweet. All right, that's just a Spell Pierce. Oh, okay, sure, I guess.
Yeah, use it. Why not?
Yeah. Better they take the Spell Pierce than anything else.
Indeed.
All right, so David's going to be able to untap here and... Oh, probably just pass back now. Play up Plains, I guess. He's got quite a lot of control in his hand, but no need to slam a Mentor, I don't think.
He could.
Or just slam a Mentor.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's going to die, it's fine. Put him to the test.
It'll die.
Yeah. It's going to get one card out of Chris's hand and give him a little bit of tempo, too, because... I guess you're right, Sam. He can't slam with the forced backup as well, yeah. You do just... I guess sometimes you just want to put them on their haunches. Kapow. All right. I do love Abrupt Decay. That's one of the other things I've been loving about playing Loam lately and like learning that deck is that like I get to go back to playing Jund, and I used to play a lot of Jund. And so Abrupt Decay and things is just always satisfying.
It's really nice.
Always
to
satisfying
play
to
that
Abrupt
card.
Decay things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even that bad of a punish, right? It's pretty typical, I'd imagine, for Miracles players to just run a Mentor out in the early game if they have a lot in their hand and they just want to try to force their opponent to
Let you get it going.
yeah. Because Chris is really not sitting on much else. Now he has 5 mana for Force of Will, but other than that, he's just sitting on Abrupt Decay. It's a tricky thing. Okay, a Force Indication from David Scott. This card also another one that is maybe
Everywhere.
not. Maybe yeah, it's everywhere. It's probably not going anywhere.
It's not good for Loam.
Yeah, definitely not.
There's a part of me that also wants to play D&T on
Sure,
this next weekend
sure.
because of that card specifically.
Yeah,
and
this
how,
coming weekend.
And how many Miracles players there are here.
Yep. Well, yeah.
I think the D&T matchup against Miracles is quite good, actually. So
Yeah, Cataclysm's a quite a good card.
Cataclysm is insane.
Yeah.
Card's messed up.
Picked up a third one of those so I can up my numbers if I decide to.
Yeah.
Um,
It's not a
Just
bad
to have it
idea
on-
in
just to have
this
it on deck.
particular city.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
Also,
I'll
just
talk
card,
more about that off stream. Ha ha ha.
cards like Brightling right now too. Yeah.
Yeah. It certainly looked like D&T was doing very well this weekend overall.
Yeah.
I've been also wanting to mess around with humans as well.
Yeah.
I think that deck
is
has
cool.
some new legs with the new Yawgmoth and stuff. It also got some new toys.
Yeah. Yeah, I've played against it many times online, and I lose against Yo So Easy, who is the humans guy.
Sure, yeah. I know Tyler James Gardner was in the chat earlier. Was also playing humans a lot on stream lately.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah.
He plays a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, totally. Used to play a lot of Bird Allurin. Yeah. I think he's semi-local. We have mutual friends. I don't know him super well.
Yeah, he's definitely local.
Yeah.
I've watched his stream once or twice.
Nice. Shout outs to all our legacy streamers and anyone that really just helps to push the format out on the digital platforms.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Including a few we have in chat here, like Romario and Mott's.
Yeah, totally.
Constant streamers. Mott's back streaming lately.
I would
After hiatus.
I like to think of this is a nice place for everyone to come and just kind of casually watch and chat about Legacy on a Monday night.
Yeah.
It's a good way to keep in touch with the format, even if you're not playing it much yourself, or if you're playing it a lot and you just want to see what a different meta looks like, or a different couple different wacky decks every week usually too.
So David Snap brainstorming. Chris has double Force of Will, Jace, K command in his hand, and one other card.
I think Abrupt Decay.
Abrupt Decay. Yep. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know if it's I think it's a Abrupt Decay instead of a K command. Double Force, Jace, Abrupt Decay.
I thought I saw K command in there too. Oh no, that's Decay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Snap.
Snap's the other one. Oh,
Yeah.
My bad.
That's all good. Gold cards.
It's late.
Yeah, gold cards run together too.
Yeah.
Harder to tell. That seems to be one of the popular lands from the newer Zendikar set. I saw someone playing Death and Taxes with all of that land that Davis Scott just fetched recently. It's good art. It's good art. Don't get me wrong.
I still like unhinged planes.
Sure.
If I had my way, I would play.
Weirdly enough, that's the unhinged land I like the least. I'm not saying I dislike it, but it of all of the arts, I would care. I go with Zendikar, OG Zendikar planes for certain ones, for the weird pyramid art for mine.
Yeah. Well, if I had my way, I'd play 12 Guru planes. But,
Oh yeah, of course. Everyone would love that.
Ridiculous.
Does David have B2B in his deck? Very likely, but we don't know.
I would assume so somewhere.
Yeah,
Plays a lot of basics. So.
yeah.
Main or side, I don't know. But that's a Teferi.
Here's 3 mana Teferi coming down.
Chris is going to not force this.
Yeah, what a slugfest of a game
Oh
this
my
one
god. David has 3 Force of Will effects in his hand, so if he wants this Teferi to resolve, it's going to resolve.
Yeah.
But he's going to force pitch force here. And Chris could also force back with force pitch Jace if he wants, or force pitch Snap. He's got another force in his hand.
Yeah.
But he's going to let it go. David will... it looks like David bounced his Snapcaster, which is sick. It's dirty.
Oh yeah, totally. With the Teferi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gross.
It's pretty gross.
Yeah. Teferi's, it's definitely not as impactful as Narset, but like if a Teferi sticks, it can do a lot.
It's another one of those static effect walkers.
Also, yeah, the
It's just
static's
insane.
pretty annoying.
It's really
It's
annoying.
another reason that I like playing Abrupt Decays a lot lately. And Chris has one here, but gotta figure out the best way to apply stuff.
Yeah, Decay is really good right now.
Mm-hmm.
I've thought about 4, but I haven't made the move yet.
I just miss playing Jund with 4 Decay. That was like just such a nice catch-all card.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Thank God that card exists.
yeah. Well, it had to be printed for Counterbalance and Divining Top at one point, and now
Yeah.
now it's just kind of sticking around. Well, I miss playing. Yeah, exactly. There it is. You can play Jund again with Rena 6. Maybe. I don't think. I have a lot of thoughts on that. I think that you can.
To be honest, I've played against Jund with Renin 6 online, and it's not great.
Yeah, I think it's different than the Jund list that I used to have as
And
well.
it was in the hands of a very good player. I played against Mental Misstep actually.
Sure.
On it, and it just the deck just still seemed to be not like if you're gonna play that style of deck, you want to be on like Jund Disruption, which is 4-color loam, or what Mott's was playing, Jund Plug.
Right,
Like
just something with Chalice.
Yeah,
Something with
Chalice,
Chalice.
Trinisphere,
Yeah,
whatever. Some
yeah.
way to disrupt that isn't just like your basic mid-range deck.
Yeah, the thing that I really miss about DRS and Jund is it let you do the turn 2 Liliana play.
It's a Mox timing, right?
Yeah.
Without having to be
yeah,
Mox
yeah,
timing.
exactly. Yeah. Or in my instance, the turn 2 Goblin Rabblemaster play.
Yeah.
It let you do the kind of early mana ramp stuff with Jund. Yeah. Whereas like having to resolve a Walker on turn 2 is very different.
That's why you play.
I think it's
Mox
good,
timing.
but yeah, I think Ren plus Mox is just too good to resist. I do like the idea of a list like the one that Matt's has been playing with more Rens and just more on the Jund side of like Chalice.
Yeah, it's
Chalice
basically
plug deck.
it's a Green Sun deck
Yep.
with a bunch of 1-ofs,
Yeah.
Rens,
Yeah, super sweet.
Trinisphere, Chalice,
Yeah, I'm all about that stuff.
etc. Plague Engineers on the board,
Yeah, that card's also making a pretty big impact.
Yeah. Also plays 3 Sylvan Library, I think.
Oh, sure.
So, and then a bunch of Choke and stuff.
Sylvan Plug.
Yeah. It's literally just greenback plug with Ren.
Yeah. Ren's great.
Primarily.
All right. Strix coming down for Chris Wessel here. We might be in for a bit of a grind.
A bit, yeah.
I say 14 minutes into game
good,
1.
Good late batch.
Yeah. What do we have here from David, though? Council's
on
Judgment.
Jace.
Probably on Jace. Going to get Force of Will.
There goes Chris's hand.
Yeah.
So Chris basically banking on this Jace to carry him somewhere. Although now with Chris having no hand left, David gets to slam this Mentor soon, and then things get a little dicey for Chris.
Yeah, then we might get to a quick game, too.
Yeah.
We'll have to see first.
I still think Miracles is a good deck, but it is definitely like interesting how little Tundra's around right now. Like we went from like just Blade and Miracles everywhere to like actual 0 copies anywhere.
Well, I mean, we still have a lot of copies here, right? We still have a lot. We still saw a lot of Narsets tonight, right?
Yeah, but I mean just in
but yeah,
general.
yeah, in
like,
general,
the
yeah.
meta game and it's
I think a lot of these new decks became very enticing to play as well.
That's part of it. I also just think Miracles took some hits with some of the new cards.
Sure. Certainly, Renin 6 and other Modern Horizons cards coming out, pushing up Delver decks and pushing
and
up Loam decks.
I think the strength of Miracles for a while. I mean, Sam, you can just tell me I'm wrong because I might be wrong, but I think the strength was Back to Basics, and I don't know how good that card is right now.
Right. And be pretty good against Chris Wessel's board.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. You can bet that David will
Look
bring
at
that
this.
card in.
Look at this delight. Bayou Badlands. Trop.
David
QC.
just bouncing Snapcasters. It's pretty gross.
Yeah, it's pretty gross indeed.
Me too.
All right. Well, brainstorm with Jace is the start.
Looks like he finds a him, maybe. That's something.
I'm like, wait, that's a lot.
Into force without a pitch, but he has Nat Force up.
Yep.
I think he can him plus Nat Force, actually. Is that double him?
Oh wow.
That's pretty nasty.
That would kind of turn the tides a little bit. Would definitely force a huge response from David. Oh boy, I think we're gonna see it. Yeah,
Can't force.
Can't do anything.
It's gonna snap for value and pitch the Mentor and the other card.
Wow, pretty good.
Solid. However,
Yeah,
Jace is dead.
indeed. Oh, and David still has to. Wow. Oh, he ticked up Teferi. He can't
Yeah.
take down Teferi yet.
No,
I thought he was
yeah.
going to be able to get a
No.
snap back right away. I was like, wow, that's nuts. No, but he does threat the.
Oh, he can't force because Teferi's on the board.
Mhm.
That's gross.
Oh, no. No, Chris. Yeah, so there's that.
Yeah, see, that's my lack of blue card knowledge right there, forgetting that Teferi says you can't force a will.
Yeah. All right, so Baleful Strix popping up. Getting a card for Chris. What do we got, folks?
Hard to say who's ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, the him sort of turned things around.
Yeah, exactly. It's like David still has the active Teferi.
And that's going to prevent David from bouncing a Snapcaster again.
Yeah, that was actually pretty nice. Ponder is actually really nice too, though. I don't think that's anything. I think that's lands. I think that's a shuffle. Yeah. Oh no, that's land.
That's a back to basics.
That's a big thing.
That's a you're dead card.
Didn't see that one there.
Yeah.
No wonder he kept
And
those
you
other
can't
lands.
counter it.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. Chris,
Oh.
he still has 3 lands up. He could draw an Abrupt Decay, but he's already used 2, and so he can't like snap one back in a single turn yet.
But I think he has a land in hand, so he
Oh,
could,
okay. Maybe
if
he could.
draws
Maybe
the
he
right
could then if he
card.
draws Snapcaster Mage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that would be better. Okay.
As I said, back to basics isn't good right now, and here we are.
Yeah, he's even bouncing Chris's Baleful Strix, saying, "I don't care about giving you a redraw."
Yeah, tap your mana.
Yeah, please, by all means, go for it. Wow, it's kind of rough. All right, Chris is gonna fire off a Brainstorm here.
Yeah. I think
Kinda-
Chris has to know that his deck was weak against back to basics.
Oh yeah,
you know.
I think he's well aware. He's really just trying to find. Hey, there's a
There's
Ren in
a Ren
6
in 6 to give you land
Okay.
drops that you probably don't
that
have
you're gonna run
many
out of
left in your deck.
Yeah, you're absolutely gonna run out of. Fetch.
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
You can blow up that Teferi now. That's a thing.
Wow, that actually is a thing. That's a pretty nice one for Chris. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Both of these players really just trying to ride the backs of these planeswalkers, and they're both getting answers just in time.
And Chris has 1 mana up, though.
Yeah.
So that's...
I guess in Chris's first case, it wasn't.
yeah,
it was
there's
Jace.
a Jace.
Yeah, so here's a Jace. Wow.
There's a force that he can use now.
Oh, yeah. And because the Baleful Strix is back in his hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo!
How
I mean, he had
ironic.
to bounce the Strix, right? No, he didn't. He could have. His Teferi was at 4. He did not have to bounce the Strix.
Ren in 6 lets you wasteland yourself to untap. Well, that's some...
That's
That's
pretty spicy.
That's really poor value untap, but I guess do what you got to do, right?
This game is exactly what I hate about the format WotC's shaping. I mean, this game has been revolving around Planeswalkers quite a bit.
But it's not just this format; it's every format.
Yeah, it's starting. Yeah, well,
I mean, it's
you know.
standard, it's legacy, modern is just broken in half.
Yeah. I don't play enough Modern to actually make that comment.
I don't think you have to play modern to know that that's what's happening right now.
It's definitely going to be Pro Tour Hogak or whatever.
Yeah.
This game is definitely a slugfest. I don't think this is a bad game of Magic at all.
No, it's not a bad game. I just think it's.
Look at
I'm
this.
just agreeing
Chris
with-
is going to end up fetching all of his lands. I think they almost all are must be out, right?
I'm
One,
just
two-
agreeing with Captain QC. That's all.
Oh, totally. I think overall QC's he makes a valid point for
Yeah,
sure. I just think
yeah.
this game's pretty hype.
Yeah, no, it's solid. It's a long game one though.
Yeah, I know, right? We'll see if we even make it to 3 games. Wow, okay. Another Jace for David Scott. Holy moly. Can't slam that fast enough. This one's going to stick around. Chris is going to throw 2 cards, the fake out Force of Will. Ay. Okay, here's a Narset.
More planeswalkers.
Yeah.
And a judgment for the Ren.
Yeah, this is, yeah.
This is looking sketchy.
Yep. Council's Judgment's going to, okay, Chris is going to pack that one up. He knows the game's over after that.
So many basic lands.
Can't come back without the Ren.
So many basic lands.
So many basic lands. It's absolutely true.
You know what? I'm just gonna show up one day and play Miracles and fake people out. I'm gonna show up at the 1K and play Miracles and then play against Sam and just get wrecked.
Sounds like a Saturday, dude.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
There is a local 1K if you guys out there are nearby in the Seattle area. This weekend we have the last Legacy Preservation Series 1K, and then we have the Invitational happening, I want to say July 20th. I'll be honest, there hasn't been a ton of communication to me about that. I think it is booked for July 20th, though. And that'll, for the 3rd year in a row, be invitations out to our top players of the year. 720 Main, says Raging Queso. There it is. So yeah, July 20th, less than a month away. It's a fun invitational tournament that we get to do every year. The winner gets a flight and hotel out to Eternal Weekend. And I think entry into the main event too. Basically a Card Kingdom funded trip to Eternal Weekend, which is pretty cool. And a good first prize for a big Legacy tournament. It's a fun thing to work around all the way towards the year. And then we will have a great resetting. And we'll be in the 4th year of the Legacy Preservation Series, which is kind of wild.
Yeah!
Ooh, Sam been in every invitational so far. Quite the flex.
Oh, I don't play enough for that.
Me neither.
The only way I'm ever going to qualify is winning a 1K. Do you have to win a 1K to qualify?
Yeah.
Or do you top 4?
No, you have to win a 1K.
Win a 1K?
And then you have to grind for weekly points. I did it in the 2nd year.
It's hard.
But I did not do well at the invitational. And then I did not
I
try
wish
to
that
read
top 8ing Battleground got me something.
Yeah.
Some invitation to something.
Well, that's the thing, right?
$500, I guess.
That's pretty good. But yeah, that's the thing. That's a newer entity. So, hopefully next year that'll keep growing as well. Nice.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, you can do well in 1Ks as well. You can consistently do well to get points. That's right. Yeah, I haven't been able to participate in any of the points racing this period of time, mostly because I decided that I would keep streaming and all that stuff. Raging Queso got in with season points. Wait, Raging Queso, who are you IRL? I don't know Twitch names super well. Oh, word. Nice. So you're in Pittsburgh right now, and you're just watching. Heck yeah. Nice. Oh, you're saying that's where EW is? Yeah, okay. Word. That is correct. I forgot that it is in Pittsburgh. I might make plans to go out there this year. I don't know. I don't. I'm not a big Halloween partier. I love Halloween, like the season, but the actual day, I could see myself playing Legacy. Haven't figured that one out yet, though. Game 2 in our last game of the night. Thank you guys for sticking with us to the very end. I actually am glad we got this match because we had some pretty loose ones earlier, and though we typically get a quick one in at the end of the night, this is a nice grind fest for us with 2 of the top decks of the format. I have never been to an Eternal Weekend, so I would definitely still like to cross that off my whatever you want to call it, Magic bucket list or what have you. My I don't care about new Magic cards bucket list. All right, ponder for David Scott. He's going to shuffle and draw. And then we're going to see what happens. And those Prismatic Vistas really stand out in a hand, too, like gold, fetch land. It's a pretty cool land. All right. There's a Badlands and a Baleful Strix coming out. Definitely a bigger start for Chris. If he wins this one, we might be here for a little while.
Okay. I have returned
Nice.
to
Yeah,
the battle.
Eternal Weekend does seem like a really cool, almost like a party, just as much as a big tournament weekend, because everyone there is just always down to play like these really dope, awesome formats.
Yeah,
Old formats.
Romario has to dad, so he doesn't get to go.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, it seems really fun.
I have not ever gone. I would
Me
like
neither.
to.
Yeah,
But
I was just saying that. Yeah.
budget and vintage.
Yeah,
I mean,
everyone tries. Yeah, a lot of people try to put together budget
why
vintage
not?
decks.
Just be prepared to lose dredge.
Yeah, you just have to be there to dream crush people in the first 2 rounds, and then you know.
If I was playing a vintage deck, I would just be like, my sideboard would be 4 surgical, 4 no rod, 4 leyline.
I think I would just play the not dredge deck, the not dredge bizarre deck. I would play the dumb Vengevine deck because I love that. All right, David Scott's gonna draw. I think that's a what is that? A Supreme Verdict?
It is.
Okay, yeah. But other than that, he's just sitting on.
Interesting to keep that in, but I don't know.
I agree. Maybe just didn't have enough to cut or something. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Where's Sam when you need him for the take on that?
Yeah, I mean it's also the end of the night. I wouldn't.
He might not have even bothered sideboarding too closely because it's late.
Yeah, that can definitely happen. All right, Chris Wessel gonna try to slam.
It's not life or death here.
Cindervines.
Cindervines.
Hello.
I know that card.
Yeah, it's a good card.
Spicy.
Pretty good here. Need some answers for Angler, says David. Or says Sam, which is true.
Fair enough.
All right, this is gonna get pitched too. This also gets pitched to Force of Will.
It does. Fair enough. It does pitch to force.
Yeah. So we're gonna get
any blue card has value.
Force of Negation.
Pitches to force.
I'm wondering where this card's gonna end up in price. Ooh, we got a stack battle.
Force of negation?
Yeah.
I think 30s right now.
I know. That's what I mean.
It's certainly a modern.
I think it's
Card,
going to end
too.
up. Yeah, I think it's going to end up the same way. I mean, I'm selling a bunch of Modern Horizons cards, and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't sell any of these cards. Maybe they're just going to go up. But
Cindervines
money's nice too.
Cindervines is very good against miracles.
yeah. Oh, there's a Prismatic Vista.
Not only because now Chris has this I have an answer to back to basics sitting on the board, but
Right.
also David's got to take one every spell he casts too.
Right. Yeah.
There's a reason why I used to play it in Loam before I started playing Vindicates again, but that card's just so good.
Yeah, Vindicate's great. Council's Judgment. Okay.
It's probably on Vines. He'll take a damage from that.
Yep.
that makes sense. David's got to get that off the table.
Yeah, Chris is going to try to protect it.
Especially if he wants to land one of those 2 back to basics in his
Oof,
hand.
did he just find the force? No, he found a brainstorm. He found 2 brainstorms. That's too
I
bad.
think he's got to force him.
Oh, he does? Okay, so he
Yeah.
has... Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, we're good.
You can always tell Antiquity's Force with the bright orange color.
Yeah, I mean, I like him.
David's going to force back.
All right.
Force battle. David really wants to get this Vines off the table.
Yeah, seriously.
Which I guess makes sense because he knows that back to basics is just a game ender, right?
Right.
And Chris is like, nah, I really got to protect this, though. And David has to say, okay.
Excuse me.
Chris noting that Council's Judgment is exiled because of negation. That's really the, like, underrated effect
Oh,
of
yeah.
that
Oh, it's
card,
huge.
which is, like, really annoying as a lone player.
Oh, absolutely. The exact same... I mean, it happened to me in the MCQ. I
So
had
that's
my
the thing, right?
room-
It's like Miracles
exiled.
players are like cutting back to basics from the main generally on the one hand, but
Sure.
then also like playing this force negation card. So it's kind of a trade-off. Chris gonna K command in response to this brainstorm. It looks like make him discard potentially. And take 2.
Yep.
Or is it's either take 2. I don't know if he's got any creatures to get back from the yard, but nope, he'll just take 2 and discard Snapcaster here. Brainstorm's gonna resolve. Finds land something ponder. Looks like a Pyroblast. And a land. He's gonna put back. What's he doing here? Puts back Pyroblast. No, puts back land back to basics. Now he's gonna cast this Ponder. Takes another damage.
With that exalted stack. Yeah. So now you sacrifice. Yeah.
Draws the land for the Pyroblast.
Yeah, you do. I have a
Chris gets in for 1.
I have.
David draws that back to basics again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can draw it. Okay. It'll go where you just draw it.
Man, David's time to deal with the Cindervines is ticking away.
Yeah, I didn't even realize how much damage he's taken with this.
I like Vines in a blue deck, I think, more because
Right.
you can protect it.
Sure. It's pretty cool, yeah.
A lot easier to answer if it's coming out of like Loam or something.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw it pop up in some rug lists when I was walking around the tables this weekend.
Yeah, curious to see if Patrick had it in his board or
I
not.
don't think... I can't remember. It's on... if you look at the Channel Fireball Twitter channel, they post the winners of all the MCQs and the lists as well. So, yeah, if you just check that, you can find it pretty easy.
Didn't know that.
That's how I just saw him scrolling through Twitter today. That's how I found out he won.
I'm not on Twitter.
Yeah.
I should be on Twitter probably.
Hey, it's good and bad. Nobody should be on the internet, really, but
Yeah.
it's a different discussion.
That's the whole other ball game.
All right, we got, what is that, another Vista? Oh, Dovin's Veto.
Dovin's Veto.
Aha.
Hello.
That's quite a nice one in these blue
It
mirrors.
is a very nice one.
Yeah, he can force through a spell if he wants, even like this one.
right now. Wait, but he didn't leave white up. He left red up though for blast.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
gonna get
wow,
punished.
that's a big punish right there. I
Ooh,
think
he's
David's
gonna
just gonna
scoop on the punish.
scoop. Yeah, I think he just realized. Yeah, wow, okay.
So what happened there?
Yeah,
is that he left up Pyroblast instead of leaving up Dovin's Veto
Indeed.
because he tapped wrong.
Yeah.
And then he got punished by another blast.
Yeah.
That you can't blast.
Right.
So,
You can't blast. Yeah. So
if
tricky.
he leaves up blue white there, he wins the game.
Probably. I mean,
Right.
he
Unless-
stabilizes.
Well,
at
he doesn't.
two
No, he
white.
doesn't win the game.
Yeah,
he doesn't win the game because Crystal has Vines.
Certainly, yeah.
So I think it really doesn't matter if he tapped wrong or not. He's still dead, right?
I think
Like he lands back to basics. Chris, I guess he just wanted Chris to use the vines, but
I think so.
was
yeah.
he at 2?
Yeah, he was going to be at. He was at 3.
Okay.
If he cast the Dobin's veto, even if he cast the Dobin's veto,
He's
he
dead with
goes
the
to 2
Strix.
or the Strix. So the Strix, I think he's dead in a number of different ways in that scenario.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
if he leaves up blue-white for veto and
Yeah.
he taps out,
Yeah.
then he can't blast the Strix.
He went to 3 to play the back to basics. So if he casts Dobin veto,
He goes to 2.
he goes to
and
2.
then Vines pops. and
Yeah,
he's
on the
dead.
P blast he goes to 2, and then Vines pops on the back to basics.
Yeah. So he's just dead regardless.
Yep.
Vines did a lot of work that game.
Yeah, Vines definitely seems to be quite good against Miracles.
It is good.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Yeah. And it's
It's especially good.
it's if you can't run choke, Vines is a good card against Miracles. I think is also another thing.
I've thought about. I'm not a big choke fan, but lately I've been like, should I run 2 choke? Thinking about it.
It's not a bad card.
It's really good right now. As
Yeah.
much as I think the card's overrated, I think with Miracles players cutting their number of answers, it's quite good.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what. I think the card's just like exceptional in Maverick, but I don't know where else. Lands.
Yeah, I think that's where it plays the best is Maverick, and obviously Lance as well in those matchups.
It's the lands back to basics.
That's really why Lance loves that new enchantment land.
Force of Vigor.
Well, also Force, but Hall of Heliod's
yeah.
Generosity.
I don't think anyone's playing that except for Lauren. that
Yeah, I know.
of, So
Yeah, she's pretty wild about it, but
Yeah.
it's pretty interesting. I think she just really likes the idea of rebuying all the
Choke
different
and
utility.
stuff.
Yeah.
Exploration.
Yeah, and then, I mean, so there's what is there? There's Molten Vortex, Mana Bond, and then one other one I think she was
I
talking
think I
about.
really like just straight red green land. I mean, there's a lot of lands lists running. Like they run like 2 Ren, 2 Library.
Yep.
Force of Vigor in the board now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Ren has actually opened up a lot of options as well for how you can build the deck.
The deck certainly has gotten a number of
Blast
improvements.
Zone, yeah. Some
Between
crazy stuff.
Blast Zone, Force of Vigor, and Ren, the deck is definitely better.
Yep.
I still think it's quite weak in some areas, and it's also like Loam, very difficult to pilot.
Yeah, absolutely. Very difficult to pilot. That deck runs on very slim margins.
Blood Moon's still a card. I got double Blood Moon today from Grixis.
Oh,
It's
wow.
Pretty gnarly.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Ooh, what does Chris Wessel have here? I see a Kolagon's command.
Is there any advantage? So, like, if you're Miracles and you're running red, is there any advantage to playing a Blood Moon over a Back to Basics, or is Back to Basics just better?
That would be a same real jack question, but I would imagine that Back to Basics is, for the most part, just better for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I kind of feel like the Miracles used to run Blood Moon before
Wait,
Back
but
to
isn't-
Basics became more played commonly.
Isn't Blood Moon just better because Back to Basics means that you still get, like, untapped lands? You get to use
Potentially, yeah. You can fetch to shuffle your cantrips with Back to Basics. There you go.
mana? Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
guess-
I'm
I
sure
guess-
there's all sorts of avenues you have to think about, right?
Moon turns off, like, shuffling.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, we certainly chose the match of the night here.
We did. We did. It's a long one.
Kind of knew this was going to happen, but it's fine.
It's fine.
So yeah, Sam says not as good, but hurts you less. So trade-offs. All about those trade-offs.
David Scott's Hand, Mountain, Force of Negation, Staticaster, Mentor to Fairy. Kept a 2-lander, no cantrips. Chris is going to take something.
Yeah.
What's he going to take? I don't know. Force of Negation? Mentor? Teferi? Teferi's the take.
All right.
That's fair. Prismatic Vista, the draw for David. That's what he wanted.
Yeah, this is going to be nice. Help him finish his set of lands there.
I would assume Chris has the edge in this matchup generally, outside of Back to Basics, because he gets to play stuff like him.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, generally, like,
Grixis is normally
when you think
favored, right?
when you think about a deck like Grixis or Check Pile, like these decks were primarily developed as answers to Miracles decks, right? They were just going all greed, play the value.
Yeah, the only issue is back to basics.
Yeah. Miss Miracles played from the ashes, exactly. Man, that's
you
a
can
crazy
play it
one.
again, Sam. Please don't play it again. Card's so good against low.
hmm Yeah, I can imagine. All right, here's the planes. David has assembled all three of the colors available to him, and he's just going to hardcast this Mentor. Try to get things going here.
Yeah, getting this mentor down means that, if he can force a negation, then he'll get a token. And assuming Chris doesn't answer the mentor on the stack.
Yeah.
Which he might. Chris has a lot of cards in his hand.
Yeah.
And David does not. So that seems to be where we're at right now.
Yeah, I think once Chris is able to dismantle some of these, wow, yeah, he just lets it resolve.
Interesting.
I mean, he's not presenting any.
Does he have a decay?
He doesn't have the ability to make any tokens, and Chris can respond to the first spell cast. So, it kind of makes sense to me, I guess. But he also doesn't have a lot of mana, so maybe not. Maybe you should have forced that.
Yeah, that's interesting. He's going to let that resolve as well. David's going to get in with the mentor.
Okay.
It's always nice to see Miracles players have no cards in their hand.
Yeah, it doesn't happen too often.
No.
A lot of people pushing in their chairs at the end of the night here. Connor, you got a fan in chat right now.
What's up? Yeah, it's Buddy Woodrow from Austin.
Oh, word. Shout outs to any and all watching.
Woodrow,
the
it's your
stream.
favorite deck right now. Miracles. On stream, just for you.
All right, here's Ren and 6. What do we got?
Ren and Grix.
Fetch and find a fetch and fetch. Yeah, Chris, let's go. Let's go, Chris. What do we have here? Like a fatal push? Maybe a fatal push? Maybe a ponder? It's ponder.
It did. I mean, you get some walkers, you get force of negation, you get Vista.
Yeah.
All of Legacy is powered up. What didn't get a bump?
David should have forced that. Oh, did he have the ability to? Dang, yeah.
Even Death and Taxes got a bump just because of the meta shift.
Yeah.
They didn't get any new cards, really.
Goblins is like kind of maybe better. Goblins has a fighting chance anyway.
Didn't High Tide get Echo, or is it not playing that card?
I don't think it cares.
Or didn't it get Archmage's Charm or whatever?
I don't think that matters much either.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't play High Tide. That deck is farthest from what I would ever play in Legacy.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Mono blue combo is not my thing.
I wasn't looking at that.
Wow, look at that luxury. Look at that, just all the embarrassment of riches in Chris Wessel's hand right now.
Yeah, David just pulling out his phone.
I know, yeah, seriously.
Like, yeah, I'm
Low
just
key,
dead.
just
What are
out
we
of it.
doing? Yeah, well, it's late. He's probably checking some schedules for. Maybe he's checking.
I mean, he's on board and stuff, right? Like, you just gotta do something.
Yeah, well, the problem is that Chris has this Ren for tokens,
Right.
and a lot of cards in hand.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And David doesn't have much. David has lands. David has a force of negation. There's a cake man.
Sure.
Or is this disc? Is he moving to cleanup? What's happening? I think he moved to cleanup.
Yeah, for 14. And I'm gonna go in the air of the shop, or actually not.
Let's blast on your. Wait.
Wait, what?
No. That's not. Can't do that.
Oh, I think he's just Can he not target it? What is it? Can he just target it illegally to make a token or something? Not illegally, but you know what I mean.
I think so. I think that's the difference, right, between
Yeah, okay,
Pyroblast
so it's- yeah,
and
yeah,
Red
yeah.
Blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just run it out to make a token.
Yep.
That makes enough sense.
Right. Isn't that? That is the difference between the blasts. Is
Something
that
like that.
Pyroblast can target anything. Red
Yeah,
Blast
yeah.
can only target blue permanents.
Counter target spell, but
Yeah.
if it's
Yep.
blue or
Yep.
something like that,
Yep.
versus counter target blue spell or something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
It's actually not spelled wrong.
Yep.
There's the difference.
Coming down to the last wire here, though, with this game.
That's why Delver runs Pyroblasts, because it works with Pyromancer. I just figured that out.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people run it over Reb.
Well, I don't think about these things because I don't play the cards, but
Wait, do they both have new border at this point? I think they do. You can get Red Elemental Blast and Pyroblast with the new border, I believe.
David's getting stuff. He's getting tokens. The Ren is gone. This is a game still.
Yeah, this is definitely starting to mount a little bit in David's favor, even though Chris has such a full hand.
Yeah.
This is,
one
Monastery
Toxic
Mentor,
Deluge.
yeah.
One Plague Engineer.
It's true.
One something.
Could be pretty good.
Oh my god,
Chris considering K commanding the Mentor.
Yeah.
Drops Narset out of his hand.
Yeah.
Yep. He's going to do that, and he's going to get back something? What's he doing here? Getting back Snap, yeah.
Yep.
The draw is a good one for David. Force of Will, which he can cast without paying the cost. Chris has to find a way to handle these monk tokens. So he's thinking about an Narset here.
Yeah. Wow. This is like a slugfest. Okay, so we're gonna hard force this Snapcaster.
Yeah.
So I guess that means Narset's coming down now. But Narset has one. Narset can find one spell.
Yep. Needs to be a Deluge.
Yeah.
Because it can't find Plague Engineer.
Yeah.
That's kind of the odd thing about this deck. Plague Engineer works with K Command. Deluge works with Narset.
Oh,
Maybe you play
sure.
both.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think this deck really wants Plague Engineer that bad, does it?
Oh, it's pretty nice to recur a sweeper with K Command.
Yeah, but like, I guess the thing is, I guess you can't recur it if it dies. Yeah.
Bolt a guy. Forced. That is double force off the top for David.
Yeah.
Which is
pretty wild, actually.
Pretty good.
Yeah, Chris is trying everything. He's actually casting spells to try and save his stuff, but David has the answers.
David's like, I don't know, I'm just drawing.
Oh, wow. Force of Will. Just a wow. Yeah, this is kind of frustrating. I could see Chris kind of wondering what happened here.
Yeah, all those cards in his hand.
It really just came down to, I think, letting that Mentor resolve when he had a Force of Will in hand.
Didn't he have the Force?
I thought so.
Yeah.
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 Must have thought he was going to be able to deal with it in some way.
That was interesting. He might have been saving it for like a back to basics or something
Potentially. Yeah, I think he knows the writing's on the wall. All right, that's going to be it, folks. Right. Well, I think that is also our last match of the night.
Scott.
Oh, yeah, David Scott.
Takes it in 3.
Well, whatever. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the booth. Thank you guys so much for watching us at any point in the night, but especially right now because it's super late. That was 4 rounds of Legacy. I'm Jake McCune. This is Connor Fultz. We're both pretty tired. It's been a Monday. Thank you guys so much for hanging in there with us and keeping up with our mediocre Monday commentary. We have a 1K coming up this weekend that's going to get cast out of Ballard or out of Bellevue. I have no idea who's going to be there. I might be playing in it. I might be casting. I might decide that I just don't want to play Magic this weekend. I don't know. Other than that, we'll be back next Monday. I think Modern is still happening on Thursday. And have a good night, you folks. And go to bed.
Peace.
Bye.
Hell of a match for the last one.